I saw a lot of naked people this weekend.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Floor Zero podcast, episode number. And yeah, we're still working on the new format, so I don't know what gameplay you'll be watching. But
Best
yeah.
be Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I don't think it will be Minecraft.
So yeah, today you got me, Zach. We have Ash.
Hello.
Chris.
Hey.
Alex.
Hello.
Fletch.
Good afternoon.
And Jamie.
Woohoo! Hey guys!
Yep, it's first. I'm pretty sure it's the first full cast, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure that every additional person exponentially increases the amount of interruptions, so you know,
Yeah.
should be fun. All right then, let's talk about some video games. First of all, what have you been playing? I'm gonna stop just leaving this open.
You really need to say somebody's name at the end of that.
Chris.
Basically, flicking back and forth between Isaac and League of Legends.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Any interesting news to remark on the two?
I mean, I don't know if you guys would be interested, but League of Legends is just because it works in seasons, like how does the championships as such as well.
Yeah.
And this year's season has just ended, moving on to the next season, so they've made a load of massive changes that have confused a lot of players, which is always entertaining to watch in the games.
Oh, I like people being out of their comfort zones because something's changed.
Yeah.
It's so funny to watch. Yeah.
Fair enough. Alex.
Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 2 only.
Is it addicted?
That is all.
Man, I know that feel. Fuck it, I'll get mine out of the way. That one. With a bit of Isaac sort of sprinkled in there occasionally, but Jesus Christ, Guild Wars 2 has gripped me to the point where like it's pulling me away from Isaac, which is
I am surprised by that.
me too. Yeah. Me too.
I thought only death would take you away from Isaac, to be honest. And even that was a stretch.
It's pretty much got to the point now where every day I'll load up Isaac, do the daily run, and then load up Guild Wars and play that for hours on end.
Huh.
Same for me, just without the Isaac.
So, yeah, that's a thing. Jamie.
Not a lot really this week because internet's been down, but I've been playing a bit of Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, really? You finally got around to that game?
Yeah, it's good.
It is, I agree. It's a damn good game.
And also been playing Triforce Heroes as well. So, been playing the games that I don't really need to use internet for.
Holy
like
shit,
Triforce
the
Heroes.
pom-pom emote for
The
Triforce
multiplayer
Heroes.
game.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, yeah. Have you played it much multiplayer?
No, not played it much multiplayer.
Right.
Not yet.
I'm curious how well it works multiplayer.
Yeah,
I haven't got
I'm
it
curious to see like how good the matchmaking and stuff is.
Yet. Yeah, you'll have to give that a shot at some point and let us know.
I've seen some videos on like people playing it as a 3-man group, and it seems to be fun unless like just one of you is a dick, in which case like that's it, you're fucked.
Well, see, this is what I'm worried about. If Zach ever got the game, I'd be playing it with Zach, and Zach's just an asshole all the time, so it's not going to work.
If Portal 2 multiplayer has taught us anything, both humans and robots are not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Especially when it's me and Alex playing.
I actually
my
thought
God.
about the Portal comparison anyway, because unless you're playing with some like 2 other people that have never played it before, it's going to be shit if you're an experienced player, because you just got to be like, come on guys, this is what you got to do. It's going to be shit if you're a new player playing with someone experienced, because they're going to be like, well, I want to figure it out for myself and have fun. But this player's just telling me what to do.
I shall tell people the funny story of how I beat Portal 2's co-op, because I was in that same situation. Like, I kept getting situations where I was either dragging people through it, or I was being dragged through it. Like, there was no middle ground. So I pretty much played the last half of Portal 2's multiplayer on my own with 2 controllers locally.
I forgot about that.
Wow.
It got pretty tough on the later ones where timing was really important.
Yeah. Beat it with a Rock Band controller and then come talk to me.
Drum set.
Yeah. I was very fortunate enough to play it with somebody that hadn't even touched the multiplayer, so I had a great time. But
I mean,
yeah,
I was
playing
fortunate
it with
enough to do
somebody
that
new
at one
is
point
not great.
because there was the achievement for it. Because there was that achievement where you had to like beat the multiplayer and then play it with someone who'd never played it before.
Oh yeah.
Which I always thought, like when I got the game, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that achievement seems like it'd be a right pain in the ass to get, especially later down the game's lifeline.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see how many people actually have it at this point. Now the game's been out for what, 3-4 years or something?
I wonder if any achievement whores have resorted to buying the game twice.
Oh, I
like-
don't doubt
Oh.
it.
Forcing someone to buy it just so they can get it.
I still need to force someone to buy Dante's Inferno in the DLC so I can get that last multiplayer, the last and only multiplayer achievement in that game.
You're
Well,
never going 100% in that game.
Well, when it becomes available and compatible for Xbox One,
Shut up,
I'll
Jamie.
be your man.
We'll get to that
Stop.
later.
Stop gun jumping.
But on another note, I found out something very interesting this week
Yeah.
while trying to play games. Metal Gear Solid 5 won't play unless you've got an internet connection.
No, is that game always on?
I
I
tried.
don't
Oh, it has an offline mode.
Yeah,
It
it has
doesn't.
a-
It wouldn't
It
let
does.
me. It wouldn't let me start the game in Steam offline mode. Steam had to be online
Oh, really?
for me to play Metal Gear Solid 5.
I've played it offline before.
I almost
Yeah,
exclusively play
you might have been
offline.
signed. You might have been signed into Steam online, but played the game offline.
No, as in my internet was down. But I was
wouldn't
playing
let
it.
me play. I tried to play it all week with no internet connection, and every time I tried to load it up, it just came up with an internet error message saying you must sign in online mode on Steam to be able to play this game.
Were you trying to play it online?
No, I just click play. Just click
I
tap my
can put
game.
an end to this discussion very shortly.
Okay.
I'm going to test this. I'm going to tell you who's right.
Alright.
Good answer.
So while he's doing that, Ash, what have you been playing?
The game which we're not allowed to talk about yet,
Okay.
and Metal Gear Solid 5. And
Okay.
I'd like to take this opportunity to call out Jamie. Getting that bear was a piece of piss.
It's not early game, Jesus Christ. I'd like done 2 missions at that point when I tried to take out that bear, and fuck me, wrecked me like
How are the kilos
nothing else.
Yeah, because you went after it with like a single shot tranquilizer gun. It's a
I
bear.
also shot it in the head with an assault rifle as well, and it still didn't die. I like put 4 clips into it with an
Taking out
assault
with
rifle.
a tranquilizer sniper rifle is easy. It's a one shot.
we can head to the park for a bit.
Yeah, so I did it. I pretty much just got up on a ridge. I stealthed it because it's a fucking stealth game. Like just camouflaged myself in and I just shot it a bunch of times. It didn't even see me. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm getting shot a bunch and then it died. Well, not died. It went to sleep. Shall I
I
say.
had one later on where there was a bear near one of my helicopter landing points. So I was
That's
running away from
how I
guards, and then running away from a bear to get to the helicopter.
I made
It's
the
the magic
mistake
of a
of
sandbox game.
I made the mistake of dropping my helicopter on top of the tank I was meant to take out. I didn't make the landing.
Like, I don't call it the helicopter anymore because every single time I've called it the helicopter, it's got blown up instantly.
Where do you keep calling it in? Mine's always fine.
Yeah,
Like, I
if you pull
call
it
it-
out of the like zone.
Put it in
of
for
where-
airstrikes. and it
To
just
call it
dies
in
instantly.
for like infantry, not for tanks
Oh,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. If you call it in to take out a
It's been
tank,
killed by infantry before. I'm surprised.
maybe you need to upgrade it.
Helicopter.
Yeah. One thing I will say though, Metal Gear Solid 5 gets much better later on.
Yes, it does.
It does. It really does.
Also,
Well, I-
just to note, Jamie is absolutely right. It will not launch in offline mode.
Woohoo! Told you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I've gotten to. Here's your spoiler warning if you still haven't played that much of it. But I've gotten to South Africa now, and
Oh yeah.
the game gets much better from there on out.
My only gripe, and this is more because I've been sucking at it, but it begins locking away the story missions behind the extreme missions and like the challenge missions. So you have to complete the challenge missions to get through the story, and some of those challenge missions are a pain in the ass.
You just have to get good.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know it's just that I have to get good. They really are.
It is kind of lazy that they've done it, but yeah.
But I've
Well,
heard that.
not really lazy. It's just they didn't have enough time to do more.
Yeah. I still don't like the cutscenes either. Like when you go and get whatever, I keep forgetting what his name. I'm just gonna call him Otacon.
His
Like when
name's
you're going
Huey.
Huey, that's the one. Legless bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Like again, this is like pretty big spoilers for like Peace Walker and this game, I guess. But you walk in to get him, and it's just like, and then you see the mammal pod from Peace Walker with the boss talking to you, like, "Is that you, Snake?" And then Snake is just like, "Yeah, whatever," and then just carries on his daily.
Yeah.
Are we not going to talk about this? Why is the mammal pod there? Why is that AI which we destroyed still here? And like, why has it got a bunch of photographs on it? No, never mind. Get on the D-Walker and run away. It's like, Jesus Christ, Snake, emote for fuck's sake.
He has no emotions. He
How-
really does have no emotions.
How close are we to the point where we can discuss Fallout 4? Like, not Fallout 4. No. I'm getting my games that we can't talk about spoilers for confused. Metal Gear Solid 5. How long before we
I
can
have
start
no
talking
idea.
about spoilers for that? Because obviously even these guys haven't beat it yet, so we gotta worry
Yeah,
about
that's the
these
thing.
fuckers.
It's
When I
that
beat it,
between
sure.
us, and then that's to everybody else, but you'd have to put up a spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between us, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't beaten the game yet, don't worry about it.
I think when Ash beats it, given how slowly he works his way through games, then we'll probably
Yeah,
be
but
fine
then-
to talk about it.
I'm playing a bunch of it, but I'm not really doing that many story missions. I'm doing a lot of the side quests and stuff.
Yes, and that's exactly what I'm doing on it. To be fair, like any time a side mission comes up, I do the side missions before I even begin to start the campaign.
There's background noise building.
I can hear
Where?
it.
I don't know.
Who is that?
Background noises in static, or
Yeah.
There's a slight buzzing I can hear. I don't know.
Who isn't hearing a slight buzzing?
I also hear a slight buzzing.
Yeah, I
Cool.
can,
Everyone can hear it. Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Woohoo!
Is that Alex?
I don't know.
Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it.
I can hear it as well. It's like a
Yeah.
Okay, noise profile will take care of it. I
get rid
guess.
of it.
Alright, cool.
Right, so we'll cut that part. Eh?
Nah. We're not that professional. Fletch, what have you been playing?
I have been playing Fallout 4.
Oh my god.
No, you haven't. Shut up.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have a large section later dedicated to talking about Fallout 4, so
Yeah.
we will get to that.
Yep.
Anything else? And
Lately, not really, no. I need to play more Guild Wars.
you do.
Might play some later, actually, after this.
Oh no! Also,
Maybe-
maybe, play
maybe
some
you
Dark
can even, like-
Souls.
Maybe you can even play it with me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I did say that like 2 podcasts ago.
Yep.
I'll play with you, Ash. I'll play with you anytime.
I mean, me and Alex have both got relatively low level characters now. That
Yeah. You
I
just need
have
to tell me
two
which
of
server I'm going on, and then I'll be there.
I can roll on Mr. Sorolla. Yeah.
fucking Revenant is cool. Just as a little bit of a
From what I
detour
played,
from-
it seemed cool.
yeah.
I'm at level 22 and used an instant 20 to get there, but you know,
Yeah, I have a level.
seemed fun.
What was I?
31, I think I got.
30 and yeah, 31. No, 32. 32 Revenant, which I got to by using an instant level 20 and then a load of like instant 1 level up items. I haven't leveled that
Sounds
character a single
knowledge.
level manually.
Also, quickly before we move on to the news, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say I love you, D-Dog. You're the greatest. Don't ever leave me.
Alright then, let's talk about some fucking news. First things first, Xbox One backwards compatible games. So the first, was it 104? First
Yeah.
104 backwards compatible games that will be coming to the Xbox One have been announced. And the fuck, where are all the... Like, there's... The only Halo game on this list is Spartan Assault. They've said
Yeah.
that Halo Reach and Halo Wars will be coming soon, but
Yep.
there's no COD as far as I can remember, which seems...
Doesn't seem to be much
Probably.
prioritization onto their like most popular and important games, really.
Yeah,
I
lot of
think
these
it's
are
just
mini
having
games.
To be honest, a lot of them are arcade games.
yeah.
I saw a
You
breakdown,
can
and there was
play
majoritively
Bejeweled. Fuck everything
arcade.
else.
It confuses me because obviously, like, there's the whole thing with them having to get like the publisher's permission and all that shit.
Yeah.
How did they end up with situations where they've like got Assassin's Creed 2 but not 3 and 4,
Because
Fable 2
Assassin's Creed 2
but
was
not
on Games
Fable
with Gold.
3?
Games with gold.
We've got Viva Pinata around
suppose.
this. It's
Games with
fantastic.
gold.
I've got both Viva
A
Pinatas
lot of
on
the
there.
games on there would have been Games with Gold games.
Right.
Or at least some of them were.
Wait,
Which
why?
is probably
Why is- what's the link between that?
Just because I don't know. Probably already be able to post them or something. No. Because
All this being said-
on the download.
Hello, motorbike. How are you doing?
Yeah. That being said, though, this list of games isn't terrible.
Not
No.
at all.
It could be worse. There are some good games on here.
Oh, Blood Rain. That's cool. Blood Rain's
Because
on
I wanted to ask everyone on that list, how many games are there you actually care about?
For me, probably not many.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
Alex,
There's a few. Yeah, there's a few.
Alex, I want you to do me a favour, right? Because you
What?
got an X-Bone, and also Zach, if you're planning on getting one,
I
Beyond
am,
Good
but
and Evil
not
HD
yet.
is on this list.
It's a really good game. I played it on GameCube originally.
It's a great fucking game. We talked about it last week on the podcast, so I won't talk about it again. But Alex, find a way.
I just need to go buy the 360 version.
Yeah.
Freaking Hexic HD, right? That's all we really need
Fucking
to.
brilliant game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there are like
Oh my god, Cameo.
the majority of the games on here are games that I care about anyway, are games that I played a long time ago and wouldn't really have much
Yeah.
interest in playing more. Quite frankly, right? Dragon's Dogma isn't on this list. Like that's the only Xbox game I play anymore, and come January I won't be playing it because it'll be out on PC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
An interesting one though is Castle Crashers, because they just brought out a Castle Crashers remake or whatever for the Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did they? I didn't know
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was
Then
brought
again,
out.
Was it a port or a remake?
I think it's a port. It's a HD thing. So
that's the thing though. It just
I'll
means
play
that
it.
people who bought an Xbox One, kept a 360, and think, well, I'm not going to buy it again because I can just play the 360 version on my 360.
Yep.
For them, that's just like one less middleman to play the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good in that sense.
Yeah.
And for everyone who's now playing Fallout 4, Fallout 3 is also available.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The only issue is like if you've not got your saves on the cloud, you have to go back onto your 360, replay all those games at least once, put the saves on the cloud so you can access them on your Xbox One.
Right, N Plus is on here. N Plus is a free-to-play game.
Yep, you can now play on your Xbox One.
Have your saves on the cloud.
So yeah, in
I need
terms
to
of
test it with the disc though, but I don't have a 360 game.
in terms of actually giving you this news, I'm not going to read out the things. There'll be a link if you want to see the list of the
Yeah.
games.
Oh, I'm just kind of scrolling through and like saying ones which piqued my interest. Like
I'd like
Condemned,
Zoe.
that's a great game.
There's a bunch of like old games that are more about the nostalgia than anything else.
Like a lot of
Missplosion
these
Man.
are launch games.
Yeah. Missplosion Man is a thing.
You'll be happy, Alex. You got Borderlands.
Prince of
Yeah,
Persia.
I know. I just,
Yay!
one of my friends has Borderlands, so I'm going to get the disc off him.
But it doesn't have Borderlands 2. What is with this inconsistency?
Because they remade that.
Oh yeah, I suppose they did.
It's got the Lego Parts of the Caribbean, and Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, but not
Exactly.
the other Lego games.
Yeah. We shouldn't dwell on this for too much longer,
No.
but Sonic CD is on this list.
I know.
Oh yeah, it is.
Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom.
And with that, I think we should move on.
Yeah,
I so wanted to join in there.
yeah. I could feel you writhing in your seat.
Okay, so that's that. Next thing, Life is Strange 2, even stranger.
It was eating those beans.
It's in those
Seen
beans,
beans,
damn
damn
it! I still haven't finished watching all of the last episode of the previous one, but I hear its ending isn't great.
I've
Has anybody
heard
seen the ending?
I
otherwise.
said it's
but-
very good.
yeah.
The final chapter is great, but the ending itself, I would say, is not very great.
Does the ending
Okay,
lay itself for a
I agree
sequel?
I no comment. Well,
Well, does anyone care about spoilers?
I kind of
The-
do.
yeah,
Okay, then,
no,
never
it does,
mind
but even so, the article there said that they're going to go for a complete change of cast anyway for the
Oh.
sequel, so it doesn't.
Oh, so like same principle, new character.
yeah,
kind of
basically.
thing. I like that actually. That's a good way of doing it.
It's interesting, yeah.
'Cause it's better than just like force feeding characters into it.
Yeah, I'm
for the
pretty
sake
sure
of
they
having-
said new setting and new cast entirely.
See,
That's
I
a
haven't
good
seen
idea.
anything on like the
Yeah.
first one. I might actually go through and watch it. It's good.
I wonder if
From
the
what I
second one's gonna be
understand,
as
lots of people
fucked
were
up.
in tears.
Yeah, it was. I've not finished it as I said, but it's a pretty.
It's a good
it's
watch.
It's a hard hitting story, very much so. Yeah,
I think it's more so if you're playing it rather than watching it.
yeah, I imagine
It's
so.
still good to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to watch, good to play.
Probably give it a watch then.
Please prepare for our
Majority-
Life is Strange Let's Watch.
Majority of people that have played it have recommended it. So
Yeah. A lot of
Well,
people
and
that
that-
haven't played it have recommended it.
Zach, in your case, I'm surprised. I know because you said you didn't like
I
games
don't-
about gameplay.
I don't tend to play heavily story focused games like this because I find them a bit boring to actually play. But I watch people play them because quite often because they're story based, the stories are very strong. So I'm interested in the story. I'm just not willing to put the time in to actually play it. So I'll just watch someone else play it on Twitch or YouTube.
Like
or
I
whatever.
said to you, you should probably check out more of Telltale's stuff because
Yeah, they are really
they do
good.
some really good games.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
Come
the
back to me
stories.
and tell me how much of an ass Kenny is.
Yeah, watch the Walking Dead series at the very least. That's
is that the dude with the mustache that we talked about last week?
yes.
Yeah. So we're not going to talk about it again. Just refer to that argument. I'm still standing my ground. Fuck
But
you,
yeah,
Kenny.
even if you've not seen any other Walking Dead material like the show or the comics or anything like that, it doesn't matter. It's an entirely separate thing.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
And Tales of Borderlands was good as well. I
Because yeah, the
really-
only
I enjoyed season 1 of that.
The only shit one was the Jurassic Park one, I think.
I haven't seen it.
that is
I've
the
heard that.
Fucking funny though.
that is the only Telltale game I've watched all the way through because I watched someone play it. I don't remember who. Yeah, someone. Yeah, no, that game is bad.
So you've
And
watched
I've-
the worst thing.
I've watched a bit of Minecraft Story Mode as well.
Right. I've not actually seen any of that.
Minecraft.
Oh, and cruel. It's surprising how good that actually looks.
I've only watched the first episode, but yeah, it's actually. Not
Did
too
you
bad.
watch Ray play it by any chance?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did that just kill the conversation?
No.
Like, I feel like somebody hit a sour note or something, but I don't know why.
Damn it, Ray, it's all your fault.
Who's added more errors to the Stranger Mirror?
Yeah, I've been watching
God.
you do this for a while.
Jesus Christ, Zach.
Yeah, so that's Life is Strange 2, even stranger. No, that's not the actual title, by the way. It's just called Life is Strange 2, as far as I know.
Life is Strange 2. Well, that was unexpected.
Well, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty fitting thing for like the story of the first one. It was kind of unexpected.
Life is weird.
I'd like to
God
stop
damn
this
it.
like huge tornado, but also I've got these hormones.
Pretty much.
From what I understand of the story, time travel does weird shit.
Yeah, like I've had discussions with people before about him just like throwing time travel into a story like makes it so difficult because of paradoxes and shit. This throws time travel in like crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Thanks for your help. I've heard.
Excuse you.
So, yeah.
Would you like a glass of water, or you...
No, it's fine.
Yeah, as I was watching Cry play that game, he often just forgot what had happened, like in the current timeline and what he was playing currently, and he was trying to find references to stuff that hadn't happened.
I
I love you, hot dog man.
I watched Dodger play it, and she just kept forgetting that the time travel mechanic was a thing, which was kind of
Just
an
pay
important
attention to the
thing
games that she
to,
plays.
you know.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about other people.
Yeah, we're here to talk
Street-
about Street Fighter, apparently.
Yeah.
5 censorship.
It's censorship. Yeah, yep.
That's a word.
Censorship.
I read what was on the document and I was gonna say it like that. And I was like, no, I think I say it properly.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago we talked about R. Mika, Rainbow Mika, the new character getting added to Street Fighter 5. Was she
She
the
had
one with
very
the
sexy
butt?
poses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
And it would appear that some censorship has happened, but I'm not.
It's a weird
No
way
more
of doing
bots.
it. Because the first thing you would think of is just like, well, I suppose it's more to do with other characters relating to her special move, I guess. But you would think that they would change her costume first, before changing animations and things like that. I'm just hoping that since they've had to do this, it won't make the animations look weird or clunky, because obviously they designed everything about a special move around that animation, and now they've just had to slightly alter it.
Because it looks like rather than changing her outfit, there's bits where they've like there's a before and after here where there's before is just an ass shot, and the after is the same shot just slightly moved up. But then there's some animation change stuff.
Adjusting the camera is fine, but the animation changes might make it look a bit weird.
I don't get why the splits one has been changed.
I'm assuming it's because of other characters you could do it with might have, I don't know, skimpy outfits or something like that.
Oh, you might see a bit of flange there.
Yeah, basically. I would imagine that's the issue.
It looks like they changed her colour slightly too.
Well, there's different lighting. There's background
That's
particles that are different.
Also,
Also,
there's
I'd
also
like
different costume
Last
colours.
rainbow.
I have problems with her costume, not from it's sexist and all that shit, but what are the practical applications?
It just looks dumb.
No, there is one very practical application. Distraction.
Oh, the game theory episode. On
Well,
distraction.
that was what I was thinking of, but that makes sense. Yeah, by having skimpy clothes, you distract your opponent, and then you can use that to turn an advantage in a fight.
Yep.
It looks like it looks like a Suda 51 character to me, more than anything else. It looks like it should be a No More Heroes.
Yeah.
But I'm loving all this channel plug-in today. We're just plugging everyone today. Just keep it up, guys. As long as we keep going.
Well, yeah, I mean,
how much I love to just plug things.
all the people that we've talked about so far obviously need their help.
Yeah.
Dodge, run, cry. Clearly. They're really struggling for views.
Game theory.
Yeah. So I'd be interested to see if anyone else gets censored, because Street Fighter's characters tend to be a
Zangief.
bit.
We must censor Zangief.
No.
Not Zangief.
I want one of
Too
them.
much.
I want one of the male costumes just to be completely naked, but nothing wearing a sock on his dick. And then,
Alright.
Even with his balls just dangling down.
yeah, balls and all. Just
Zach, on the big piece.
Oh
One.
god.
Here we go.
I was looking forward to getting to this bit of news.
No, you're not.
So have we talked about this on the podcast before?
You
I'm
mentioned
not sure.
I think we
we were
talked about
talking
it last.
about it yesterday, last time.
Right. Okay. So last week.
Can I go get a glass of water whilst you start talking about this?
By all means.
Sure, back in a
Take your
second.
time.
So obviously last week we talked a little bit about a big sort of controversy that was kind of surrounding the release of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, with what looked like time-gated content, and Edmund, the creator, coming out and saying that it wasn't time-gated content and it was all bugs and stuff. That situation has kind of developed, but in a different way. Everything I talked about last week is still kind of there. There was that content that was added after a patch, and some people think it's time-gated and some people don't. And Edmund says he's got a blog post ready to explain everything that's not gone up yet. But then we got the Afterbirth ARG, which I keep forgetting what ARG stands for. I'm going to be honest.
Augmented reality game.
Right. So basically, I mentioned last week about what happened at the release of Binding of Isaac Rebirth with the hidden character, the Lost, where there was this super convoluted way of unlocking the Lost, and Edmund was like, "Oh, it's probably going to take people about a year to work it out," because he'd left all these really subtle clues and stuff, and then within a week it was data mined out of the game, and he wasn't so happy about it. And he said he was never going to do that again, and then he didn't.
He lied.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that again. He did something completely different. So this could take a while, so I'm going to try and just run through it quickly. In the new game mode, added in Afterbirth Greed mode, I talked about the donation machine that appears at the end. where at the end of each greed mode you donate coins into it, and it kept breaking at 109, and the community decided this was some sort of clue as to how to unlock something. Turns out apparently that was a bug as well. So 109 means nothing. So that was patched out, and the donation machine just went up to 999 like the regular shop donation machine. So then people started getting to that, and when you got to 999 you unlocked an achievement called the Generosity Achievement, and on Steam the icon for the achievement was a little piece of paper with dots on it. And basically people worked out that if you counted the dots and you kind of converted the number of dots like in each line into letters, so like A equals 1, B equals 2, that kind of thing, then you ended up with a mishmash of letters that didn't mean anything. Until people put those letters at the end of an Imgur URL, and then we got a picture of the Lost with like a load of shadows behind him that said, "And he removed that day the he goats," which doesn't make any sense. And then to just rush through this, there was a thing with a movie called The Lost Boys, where like there was the same number of characters in The Lost Boys as there are shadows in the picture, and The Lost Boys takes place on the Santa Cruz boardwalk, and Ed kind of lives near there, and there was shit tons of hints being dropped on Twitter, and eventually people went to the Santa Cruz boardwalk and they found like a poster, that like a missing poster for Isaac that had like an incomplete phone number on it. And there was a quote on the back that was it was like from a Bible passage. There was a reference to John 424, which people worked out to be the area code from the phone number, and the bit torn off the end was 109. So they put all that together and called that phone number, and there was a message that they heard which said, "Hello Isaac, I am your father. I know what you came for, but I need to hear you ask me." But Isaac and father were reversed. So people were like, okay, what does this mean? Then people remembered that early in Afterbirth's release, they'd added like an item thing where like it shows you all the items, you can hover over them and see what they do. If you hovered over an item called Money is Power, a message appeared that said, "Where are you?" Didn't seem to make any sense. No one knew why it was there. So people called the number, heard the message, and answered, "Where are you?" Then the voice message changed to, "Christ calls, generous gods don't guide history forever." And then there was a backwards bit, "We need to go deeper." And the backwards bit was, "Knowledge grows, his final form ends beyond greed." And then all this time there was like posts on Twitter hinting, "Oh, you're getting warmer, oh, you're getting colder," as people were sort of working things out. Edmund tweeted, "We almost revealed more evil, right?" The first letter of each of those words spells out warmer. Someone noticed that this is the second time they'd done this kind of thing, so someone took the second phone message and took the first letters of each thing and tweeted that to Ed, and Ed was like, "Yeah, you're onto something." Then they converted those letters to numbers and they got GPS coordinates. People then went to said GPS coordinates, which was a building in Santa Ana. The building number was 109.
109.
Oh no!
Around that building, people started finding like posters and stuff, although apparently those don't mean anything. And then there was like piles of change on the ground, and because of hints that had been dropped earlier about an item called "We Need to Go Deeper," which is a shovel, people started digging underground where they found these little piles of change, and they found this this statue of greed from the game that was wrapped in bubble wrap with writing on it. And then the writing on it they somehow decoded to be a Twitter URL, and they went to that Twitter, and then people managed to guess the password to the Twitter, and basically the Twitter was it said something about like giving him a voice. So people guessed the password and went on and started tweeting all sorts of random things. And then after a while, I don't know exactly what we did to do this, apparently the community had given him a voice, and that Twitter account, the password was changed, and it tweeted out the community unlocked something hidden, and then a patch went live, adding a new character into the game.
Awesome.
And
Oh
that
shit!
was the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth ARG.
That is a
We're going
crazy
mental.
way to unlock a new character.
Yes, it is.
But I suppose it's something different. You don't really get that like level of commitment from like most like games developers and stuff.
Yeah, like
Wait, a quarter of the way through all this shit, he posted on Twitter that he wasn't fucking with people, and you believed him.
no. Okay,
You believed that there was nothing, like, all of this was just a glitch, it was a bug, there was nothing, like, no relevance to it at all.
I legitimately believe that the missing content was a bug. But then, even as I said to you, you were like, you're still adamant he's not fucking with you. And my response was, even if he is, I don't care, because this whole thing has been brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm just amazed that you believe that.
As I said, I still believe that
all
the
of
missing
this
content at first was, like, the 109 thing now, I'm like, I don't know. But, like, the missing content, yeah, I still believe him. And, like, as I said, he said that as soon as this whole thing, the secret was found, he'd post a blog post explaining the missing content, because he said he couldn't do that until the secret content was found. So now we just have to wait for that blog post to go up, which should be on Monday, because that's when he normally posts them. And then we'll find out. Maybe that will enlighten us.
Uh-huh.
But as I said, I don't give a shit. This whole thing has been fun, working through with the community. It has been crazy.
And now you have a new character.
Well, the
You
character
still
is
have
in
to
the
get-
game. You still have to unlock them.
It sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, how do you actually unlock it?
You have to get 999 coins in the greed donation machine and then blow it up, which I've not done yet. But I'm working towards it. Because there's a load of complicated stuff with because you can only donate a certain amount of coins into the machine before it jams.
Stops working.
And basically, your chance of it jamming is governed by how greedy you are. So, like, if you go through greed mode and buy everything, then it will jam quicker.
Right.
So you have to try and get through greed mode buying as little as possible, which makes it harder. But also, if you play as the same character too much, it will also jam quicker. So you have to try and mix up characters and also not buy too much stuff to be able to, yeah. Anyone else got anything to input on this? Now that
I'd like to
Worn
see him
myself
do
out.
more.
Yeah,
Well,
like, what's the next step? How do you top this?
well, he has said on Twitter, "This is it. The ARG is done." Whether or not we believe him is different, but like logically, this is greed mode, right? There are 6 other sins who are represented in the game, so you know, 6 more DLCs, 6 more ARGs, getting crazier every time. I don't know.
God.
The only thing that bugs me, and is I get it. Don't get me wrong. Like I understand why this is a thing. It bugs me a little bit that I couldn't participate really, because obviously I'm nowhere near Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
But I
Maybe for the
get
next one,
why.
he'll move to a different country.
I get
And then
why.
eventually
Like,
he'll move it into space.
it was near where he lived.
Antarctica.
And he can't. I get why you can't just put it somewhere it's easily accessible to everyone all over the world. But yeah,
I mean, like at some point in this post, they said they approached someone in a car that was likely Tyrone taking pictures.
yeah. There was a van, and there was a group of people when they were digging up shit. They noticed there was a van nearby with someone in it, and they apparently just ran at the van, and the van just drove off.
It says that later Tyrone had pictures of it all on his Twitter. So
Yeah, so they're pretty sure it was
suspected
Tyrone in
it
the
to be-
van.
So
Probably
just
just some
imagine-
random dude terrified that a mob of people was swarming him.
Possibly.
He's gonna get
Like-
mugged or something.
Maybe it's like a drug deal, like they just happen to arrange it to that location. And then it's like, oh shit, the fuzz are onto us. Fucking crazy. It's kind of terrifying what he can make people do.
Yeah, he's a crazy son of a bitch.
Like, I fully expect, like, yeah, to get unlock this new character, you have to go and like kill somebody, like bring his severed head to Edmund, and then
I'm
he gives you
just-
like DLC codes.
I'm just really curious how long it's been going. Like, how long the greed figure was buried underground. Like, whether or not it was a thing that's been there for like a day, or if it's
Well,
he's had this
I'd
planned for weeks.
I'd feel that it was like had left the greed, like not buried it until like you'd gotten closer to it, just in case someone had seen him bury it, and then
But then
Like,
you'd
I-
see like
taking
who
it.
overturned Earth. So
Yeah,
you know it's there.
yeah.
I can't wait for the Lust DLC where you got to go find a prostitute and like pull the statue out of her ass.
Just go find Cleopatra.
Just hire a random prostitute to get a tattoo with a code on it or something. Won't tell her what it means at all. And somebody will just have to hunt it down and find it.
She'll only give you the code if you pay for sex. I got an STD to unlock this character for you guys. I hope you're happy.
Right then. So,
Jesus, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it fucking was. It
Good
fucking
way to
Ooh,
fill
I'm
like
glad I
10
got a
minutes of
drink.
discussion.
Oh dear.
Alright then, what's next?
Nvidia.
Yeah, NVIDIA have
Something
gone
that we
ahead with
covered
that
up.
subscription service we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. So, with their software that it automatically installs with drivers, the GeForce Experience, you can't actually download drivers unless you make an account with them. However, you can still go to their website and just download them anyway. Obviously, people have been kicking up shit, telling NVIDIA that they're scumbags, and yeah, how dare they make a subscription? Well, it's not a subscription; it's a sign-up service just to get some software. But you know, it's really not a big deal, like I said a
No,
couple of
yeah,
weeks ago.
not
But
like
everybody's
for it.
going crazy and
All you
telling
have to
them
do
they're
is sign
assholes.
up for it.
yeah, as I said when we talked about it last time, everyone has my email already.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would I care about one more?
Yeah. Like, if you're worried about people having your details, don't worry. They probably already have it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're on TalkTalk.
If you shop at Tesco's, they have your details.
it just annoys me that everybody is going to give them shit for it constantly, and
People give everyone shit.
But obviously, there's a workable. Like as you said, you can just go
yeah,
straight
you
to
can
their
just
site.
go to the website and just grab the files.
But like,
Fine.
yeah, people are.
It'll be a
assholes.
way of them. It'll be a way for them to find out how many people are getting the drivers, because this is the usual thing that they do.
I don't know, man.
Do you need to sign in to use the other features of GeForce Experience, or just the drivers?
No, it's just the drivers as far as I'm aware.
Oh,
So I think that's the case.
fair
I
enough.
wonder what people expect when, like, say, oh, I don't want to give people my email because then they've got their email. It's the worst thing they can possibly do. Send you an email.
Yep.
Send you an
Yeah.
email with like images of cats.
And they don't send you emails, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Like, they don't spam you at all.
Yeah. But that's like the worst case scenario is you might get some emails.
Say
Like,
it
if you're
like
that worried about getting emails, just don't have an email account.
Or just make a separate email for
You
it.
can also
but
just
it's
send
not
them to the spam folder automatically. Emails
Yeah.
can just do that for you. It's really not that much of an issue.
People just like to moan.
Yeah, they do.
Really? Hadn't noticed.
But yeah, that's the basis of this. Just a necessary complaint as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, yeah.
On with the news.
So, Sword Art Online Lost Song's got a new trailer this week.
SOA.
Yep.
Yeah, SOA.
I didn't
Sword
realize.
Online art.
I did not realize this game had a character creator.
Yeah,
Yep.
all of
I
the
did not
previous
know.
ones in the same series have, but they've all been kind of terrible. And
Don't worry, you'll create your character and then it'll just be you anyway. See, I watched a few of those episodes. I know what I'm talking about.
but yeah, it's strange because this game looks quite good, but I know that because it's developed primarily for the Vita, it's going to suffer from a significant lack of content, and the area that you can play in is going to be very small. And yeah, I just
But why is this a problem? Because like you bring this point up, but they've done it with like Call of Duty this year. That they've had
mean?
like
Developed
separate
it
things.
primarily for the Vita.
Well, no, they've had they've had two versions. So obviously in the PS4 one,
yeah,
there
but this
might be
doesn't have
wider
two versions.
Yeah.
It's the same game.
It's
regardless.
developed for a Vita, ported to PS4.
Yeah,
Like Blops 3 wasn't developed for PS3 and 360 and then ported over.
And it looks like shit.
Yeah, it really does.
Are these meant to be trees?
so yeah,
Those
basically with
Like
this,
toilet
I
roll
just-
tubes.
I wish that the Vita didn't exist because it's holding back some games.
I keep forgetting the Vita does exist, to be honest with you.
I don't.
Yeah, it's just the only people, like, if you've wasted money on a Vita, then sure, you're bound to say that.
You said "fuck you," then Jamie. Why? Go ahead. What's your argument against what I just said?
It is a good console. It's got some good games on it. Obviously, you lot don't.
No,
think
it
so.
doesn't. Vita has a good game.
It really.
I
A
will live with
would be
here
the
that
correct-
it is a good console. like
Yes.
for its power and such, it is a good console. But
it's a very
you're
good
right, it
console.
has very, very
I'm
few games
almost-
on it.
I'm almost willing to say that it's not, because so much of what a console is defined by the games that are on it.
Yeah.
That yes, the hardware is good, but it's not good because there
It's
are
just
no
a brick,
fucking
it's
The
nothing
entire
on it.
console wars argument was to do with, my console has a better processor than your console.
Yeah, but fuck that shit. Like,
What I'm saying is, the games that are developed for the Vita that are actually showing promise could be so much better on a different platform.
Yeah,
Which
I,
they're doing
I,
with
Just on a
Persona 5.
PS4 instead.
It seems like a weird move to like mostly develop it for use with the Vita, considering like because if you're making a game, you want to sell units,
Yeah.
so you make it for the console, which has a high amount of units sold, which in this case would be the PS4.
Yeah, but is this the point that maybe they started developing this for the Vita before the PS4?
They did. They started
was even
developing
out?
for PSP, I think.
Oh,
So,
fair enough.
yeah.
I guess
So-
it's because in Japan there's a much bigger market for the handhelds.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you look at the games that are on the Vita and they're like 99% JRPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like, the Vita is doing way better in Japan.
yeah,
They're
that's
all
why.
over that shit. So that might explain why they're doing it for the Vita, then porting it to console or PS4.
But I'm totally with you. I would not complain if the Vita was
Yeah, I would
right.
just prefer this to be a game with a bigger scope because it looks pretty decent from what I've seen.
Agreed. Even though I can't play it, but agreed.
I can play it on 2 consoles. Woohoo! And hopefully it has cross saves on it. To be fair, like most games that you can
It-
play
it
on the
will- it
Vita
will
and
do.
PS4, you have cross saves on.
Anything which is on the Vita, which is on PS3 or PS4, all have cross saves, so it probably
Not
will.
all of them.
Which ones
But
don't?
most of them. Jack and Daxter
Really? Oh.
HD collection didn't.
Then again, that's an old game though, so
It's a good game.
It was a good game.
yeah, you almost blew up my PS3 playing it.
Hey,
What? I didn't hear about this.
I crashed his PS3
Yep.
intentionally.
Yep.
What did you do?
You know the snowy level, the snowy mountain.
Yeah.
You know the bit where you get the flot.
Yep.
There's an invisible barrier that you're not supposed to be able to take the flot out of because there's only a specific area you're supposed to go. You could very, very easily jump on like a nearby hill and just jump around the barrier and then take the flot down the elevator back into the volcano. And the flot becomes invisible and it looks fucking ridiculous because Jack's just riding on this invisible flot and kind of twerking. But then if you try to take the flot into another area where it's not supposed to be at all, the game crashes.
Okay. Did you see that from Bonesaw by any chance?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched this same stream when he did that.
So anyway, that's SAO Lost Song. Get rid of the Vita, please.
Yeah, let's just purge the Vita already.
We already got rid of the Ouya, the Vita is next.
Like, all that needs to happen is Jamie just needs to throw his away, and then that's it. That's the Vita gone.
I would never throw it away. Fuck you guys.
It's going to be
Still
the Halo
buying
2
games for
scenario all over again. Like last person on.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know about this.
They
Shut
Halo
down
2's
servers now.
multiplayer, they wouldn't shut it down until everyone once you after a certain point, if you stopped playing, you couldn't get back on. But then they kept the servers going until the last person had stopped.
Yeah. It eventually got down to 2 people just playing the Halo 2 multiplayer on their own.
That would suck to be the last
Yeah,
two
I think
people.
like the last few people that were on, some of them their consoles overheated because they just kept them on constantly. Some of them just dropped out internet and stuff like that. And yeah, it just eventually got down to 2 and then 1 and then they
What an honour it must have been to be the last person.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive. I quite like it.
Right then, Chris, talk about your space.
Space Engineers game's been out for a while. Essentially, procedural generated, building spaceships and space bases and space stations and whatever.
Minecraft in space.
It's a more
Minecraft.
detailed Minecraft in space.
This
Minecraft.
article outright says Minecraft in space.
I won't lie. It's one of those building games.
It does.
There's a lot more detail to it than there is in Minecraft. A hell of a lot more detail. There's actual physics for a start.
Minecraft does physics. If you put sand, it falls.
If you jump, you fall back down.
Yeah.
Proper physics. But
That is a proper
basically, a while back they added in asteroids, so you could build like asteroid bases and things like that, and you could actually like cut into the asteroids and hollow them out and things like that, and you get resources. And for ages people have been going, "Oh, wouldn't it be so cool if they had planets?" And they just went, "Okay, here's planets." From what I've seen of them, they're a little bit glitchy, but you can land on them. There's no guarantee you'll survive the landing because things tend to explode. Because it does seem to do proper. Because I mean, Zach, you played Kerbal. When you're trying to land your ship back on the planet.
I never successfully.
Gonna say, yeah.
Like, let's be honest. I didn't even get close to landing a ship on anything.
Like, I landed a ship on the moon like, after playing that game for like a solid 3 days straight. I was like, holy shit, I did it. I couldn't get out the ship because I placed a parachute on the hatch, which I didn't even know was a fucking thing.
I'm pretty sure Zach struggled to get even 10 meters of air in any of his ships.
That's
They all just
because I
exploded.
kept like making like these ridiculous things that would like spin for no
Spin
reason.
Yeah.
There was that one with a really weird name.
Pretty sure Zach's objective was to make a Beyblade.
Pretty much.
Beyblade.
What was it called? I don't remember. I came up with some pretty ridiculous names for.
Yeah. Essentially, I've said to you guys before, Space Engineers would be how I always want to play because it would. You should all get it and play it, and it is, and
I shall
especially
not.
with Planet style, it is absolutely fantastic. And
Structural fuselage.
Structural fuselage. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I was watching some videos of some guys trying to create landers to get down to the planet.
Mm.
And basically, because they had some things, they built a base on the planet already. What they were trying to do is they were trying to land the lander, pick up this rover, and then fly it back into space. Which sounds relatively simple. It isn't. One of the ones, it touched the ground and imploded because it touched the ground too hard, which was really, really funny to watch. Another
Well,
one.
if things touch
it picked
the
up-
ground too hard, that's the thing which happens in real life. It's called falling from great heights.
Well, the thing is, because he was slowing it down, it had a lot of thrusters, so it was slowing down, but it wasn't slowing down enough, so it kind of just shattered.
Yeah,
Another
that,
update fairly
that is a
recent
problem.
to Kerbal that added like accurate buoyancy, so you could make something that could land in water and then take off from water again. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but like another thing that happened was because the way that it works with Space Engineers is it gives you loads of little tools. You can even program things to do stuff, which is quite cool. There's a computer box, and you can use the landing feet as grabbers and things like that to use them like as magnetic grabs, and but they also have tension to them. So like if you pull too hard, they'll break. Things like that. There's they're Ash, and they're two completely different games. At least Space Engineers isn't boring.
Oh.
Yeah,
Harsh words.
I'd recommend Space Engineers to anyone. My
I
only
just wanted
gripe
to
with
try
that
and get
game-
you to yell at me again. That's all the reason why I put it on there.
Well, if you want to do that, Ash, Chris, does Space Engineers have slots?
Yes, does it have slots?
I don't know.
Well, can you find out? Because that's going to completely.
Well, what is butter? Yeah, it has spiders. Alien spiders.
I hate to break to you, Chris. Spiders and slots are not the same thing.
How do you know? Sloths could just be spiders wearing an outfit.
It won't be very effective.
Yeah, I'd recommend that game to anyone. My only problem with it is that because when you actually build stuff, you have to use a welder, which is like a welding effect. Obviously, not as bright as a real welder, but bright enough to really hurt my eyes. So I can't actually play that game for a long period of time. Anyway,
Come on,
It's a
people,
full
behave. Jesus Christ.
anyway.
Okay.
Zach, on with your bit.
So, what's going on right now is Jamie has something also important that he needs to go
Yeah.
do that isn't this podcast. And the next section on this podcast is a big discussion of the latest Nintendo Direct, which Jamie really wants to discuss. And I'm going to say to you, Jamie, it's your fault for having to leave.
Yeah. If you have to leave in 5 minutes' time, there's not enough time to talk about this.
Just please, when you do, please excitedly shout Nintendo and then jump out of your window.
I will. Let's do this now. Then let's try and get as much of this done as possible.
I'm not
'Cause
rushing it.
No, we're
There's
not
a lot of
rushing
information
this.
here that I want to talk about
I don't
in
want to
great
rush
depth.
it. I want to talk about stuff in great detail.
I don't want to rush it, but let's get every bit of information on this done in the next 5 minutes.
Let's do this.
Okay, so recently, what was that? Was it the 11th that it was?
Yeah.
That it was
I think
on-
it was 11. Yeah, because this article that we're looking at was posted on the 12th, the day after.
Yeah. Okay. So on the 11th of November, Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct, which for anyone who isn't in the know, like Nintendo Directs are sort of monthly live streams that Nintendo do to kind of keep the fans updated on
What's going
everything that's going on with the games that they're working on, to announce new things and stuff like that. They previously were kind of, for the most part, hosted by Satoru Iwata, who obviously was the ex-president of Nintendo, who passed away earlier this year. And since then, there hasn't been another Nintendo Direct. But now they've brought them back, and they're now being hosted by the new president. So yeah, quite a lot of information here. So I suppose we'll start. First things first, just to go on the order that this article has them in.
Is Smash.
Yeah, they finally announced the new character for Smash Bros, and I, quite frankly, couldn't care less. Because holy shit, Smash Bros has too many sword wielders already. We didn't need another one.
But limit breaks, bruh.
So yeah, just to let you know, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII
And
is
Crisis
coming
Core.
to Super
Should be
Smash Bros.
School.
Like, obviously for you, that's nothing of interest. But I've got a few friends who are really into Final Fantasy, and they went, "Oh my god, that's amazing!"
But obviously, these people need to see that. Like,
Also,
as he said,
I've got to agree with Zach here. I'm a massive Final Fantasy lover. Like, I love 7's like one of my best games, and Crisis Core, which is like a prequel to 7, was one of my favourite PSP games. But I can see where Zach's coming from, because there are a lot of sword users already in Smash.
You got-
and it would have been nice to have an original character.
you got
like,
Link, Toon Link, Lucina, Marth, Ike, Roy, Robin, Shulk. There's
like
we like
so many.
Ike. We
We
like
like
Ike.
Ike.
There's like a pretty large percentage of the characters that are in that game are sword wielders, and from the trailer, with the exception of like his limit breaks and stuff, it didn't look like he played all that differently from some of the other sword users in the
Yeah,
game.
Do you know what it needs, Zach? It needs sloths.
It's possibly
I
just
think so.
laziness. It's easy to remake the same kind of thing with
Yeah,
a different
but
skin.
it's not laziness though, because it was left down to a vote, and this was the most voted thing for.
Oh, really?
You,
Smash.
you
How
say
is this the most
no.
voted?
You say that, Jamie. You don't know that. Like, they had a vote where people could submit answers, and they said the ones that are on top we will ask about. We will ask the people who own the rights to those characters and see about getting them in there. But you don't know that this was the most voted for. This could have been like
Oh, it's
the
obviously
20th.
one of the most voted.
This could have been the 20th on the list, and they just decided it's one they wanted to go with. They don't
Yeah,
have to
true.
tell us that it's the one that was on the top.
I wonder if like the reason why Square Enix were like, yeah, use it is because they're remaking Final Fantasy VII.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But also, why? Like, I don't get it. Cloud is like Final Fantasy VII was not on a Nintendo console. Crisis Core wasn't on a Nintendo console. I don't get why he's here.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
And like people tell me the argument, oh well, Snake wasn't on a Nintendo console. He fucking was
Yeah, it was.
because of Twin Snakes.
Uh-huh. Even if it was a remake that people say was nowhere near as good as the original.
Play
yeah.
on DS, can you?
And also,
Which is a
Like-
Nintendo console.
I don't get why they use Cloud either, because Cloud is like the worst character.
They need Sephiroth.
like
Needs
people can
support.
fight me for this all I want, but Cloud is an absolute shit. They should have used Zack.
Yeah, Zack was the best character.
I mean, I would be a
Like,
good character in this game. I'm not going to deny.
But like, in all seriousness, though, because all that Cloud did, was like say he did all this cool battle and was like injured and stuff. It wasn't even him. It
He was getting
Zack that did.
stabbed.
Yeah, like spoilers alert.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
spoilers. Yeah.
At like the end of Crisis Core, Cloud is in like some sort of Mako induced like he's paralyzed from the Mako and he can't move, and Zack literally fights off hordes of the Turks
I did
and
do
then
that.
dies eventually.
Why do you find the Turkish?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Here is synthesizer Alex.
But like, all right. So you guys
Isn't
are
it-
like, oh, it
like-
should be this character.
I am
for
not
Final
finished.
Fantasy. Fine.
Because, like,
Make
there's
your
a point-
fucking point.
'cause there's a point in Final Fantasy VII where Cloud's like, "Oh yeah, I'm having this flashback to that time where like I fought Sephiroth and he stabbed me." It wasn't even that him it happened to. Zack did that, and then he was just like, "No, that was me. I did that. I'm the hero."
So is he just an idiot? What?
He's a fucking. He should have been Zack. Cloud is a shit character.
But no, here's the thing. You guys are all like, oh, it should have been this character for Final Fantasy or this character for... No, fuck that. It should have been Shovel Knight. I don't
Or
give a shit what you
Bayonetta.
think.
Or
Shovel
Wonder
Knight,
Red.
Shovel Knight
Any
or
of those.
Inklings.
But apparently, I've just found something out. Apparently, Cloud isn't actually from the ballot. He was already in development beforehand.
No. Because they...
So that might still come then.
Because obviously they did the ballot thing, and then they announced Lucas, Mewtwo, and Ryu, and everyone was like, "Oh, so we voted for these?" And they were like, "No, we were already making these guys," and now they've done the same again.
I'm not 100% sure, but that's what
Yeah,
I've just
an
heard,
important thing
that
to note
That's what I've done.
Is at the end of the Nintendo Direct, they announced that in December there's going to be a big Smash live stream in which presumably they will be announcing more information about
The ballot and
stuff. So
Is Reggie gonna kick my ass? He keeps threatening to kick my ass.
so yeah, fingers crossed for both Shovel Knight and Inklings.
Oh, Inklings. Be good.
Like,
So should Shovel Knight
it
as
doesn't
well,
even
to be
take that
fair.
much thought to see how both of those characters would work in Smash. That's why I think it makes so much sense. Is that it just would. It just work.
But Crash
Crash confirmed for Smash.
Chris for Schmeesh. There were so many good characters they could put in. Rayman, for example. Yeah,
I knew
Rayman.
you were gonna say Rayman.
Like, I want Bayonetta to be in there, so like she can go around killing Mario with a vagina.
Like, I
And
would
a hat.
love. Don't get me wrong. I would love Bayonetta to be in the game. The reason I'm not championing for it is because I don't think it's gonna happen.
She's too sexy.
Yeah. They should put Rodan instead.
But like saying that, like all the backlash that like the new Smash got for Samus being like super sexy, like Zero Suit Samus for being like,
She looked the same. She was just wearing heels.
yeah, but it got so much backlash. It was just unbelievable.
Why did Raiden not get this shit when he was wearing heels?
So yeah, that's the first bit. Anything else to say on that before we move on?
Nope.
Fuck you, Cloud.
Cool.
Should be Squall.
So we got another teaser of Zelda Wii U. This teaser lasted all of about 5 seconds and included a shot panning around Link on
Lots
a
of
horse
grass.
with lots of grass. Yep.
It's confirmed.
And also, they again confirmed release in 2016, which, as far as I knew, that was
Hadn't changed.
that's
They confirmed that their previous confirmation was correct.
So yeah, there's not really much else to say on that. So Jamie, do you want the honours? Given I know you're so excited,
Oh yes, please.
go on.
So, my favourite like Zelda game is being remade, which is Twilight Princess HD. I rave about this game so much, and me and Zach have arguments that like I think Twilight Princess is the best. He thinks like Wind Waker is, but we're getting a HD remake with a new amiibo figurine next year, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Twilight Princess HD is coming for the Wii U, along with a Wolf Link amiibo, which looks fucking sweet.
It does look awesome. I'm actually gonna like make sure I get.
Oh, yeah, me
that.
too.
Like,
I like Twilight Princess. I think it's a really good game. But if you're gonna play a Zelda style game, which involves playing as a wolf, just play Okami.
Good
March
game.
4th,
Good game.
by the way, is the release date.
Oh, March 4th, okay.
So yeah, they've also confirmed that not only will there's the Wolf Link amiibo, but also all of the other Zelda amiibo that have been released so far, so Link, Toon Link, Zelda, Ganon, and Sheik are all going to work with Twilight Princess HD. And then they also confirmed that the Wolf Link amiibo would work in Zelda Wii U. None of the details have been shown as to what they're going to do in either of these games. But I have a theory, like, the most obvious thing in Twilight Princess HD is that you use the Wolf Link amiibo as a quick way of turning into the wolf form, rather than going into the menu and telling Midna, yo,
to
wolf me.
transform you. But, like, what would the other links do? Would it be, like, alternate costumes for you as you were playing through the game?
I have no idea.
Or just ways to level up the character for Smash.
If one of the amiibo turns you into that fucked up glitched Link that you can get, where it's like Link's kind of textures trying to model itself to the wolf model.
Guys,
It's beautiful.
I think we should. Is anyone else getting these audio issues?
No.
I'm not hearing them.
Audio's
No.
fine for me right now.
Audio's fine.
Okay. Because it sounds like dog shit my end.
Maybe you're
How do I sound?
then. You sound
Yeah, you
not
sound
too
fine.
bad, actually.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, I'm not. Just because everyone's turned into a robot for a second there, so.
Fair enough. So yeah, that's my theory about what the Wolf Link amiibo would do. Don't know about the rest. I'm excited. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Does anyone else think that Twilight Princess HD doesn't look that great, like
It
graphically?
does not.
I have
It
not
doesn't
seen
look that much
about it.
different.
And there's not much difference.
The
but
funny
there
thing
is
is-
a slight.
Compared to like how great Wind Waker HD looked compared to the original.
No, this
and
is
the
the
original
thing.
looked great.
This is the thing, because we always talk about this. Is like it was ridiculous that they decided to make a HD version of Wind Waker. It was the one that needed it the least because of its graphical style. I think the original Wind Waker looks better than Twilight Princess HD does. That's probably
I'm gonna have to
a
agree
massively wild out there like thing, but you know.
Which version of it is it? Because I remember one of them was mirrored.
I'm going to assume it'll probably be the Wii version, but I have no idea.
Right.
Because it might have Wii Remote support, so that would make a lot of sense, but I don't know, yeah. Weird thing with that game.
Because
Weird.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I played the one that was mirrored, and then you played it when I had it loaded up on my emulator, and
'Cause,
you
yeah.
were really confused.
I played
Yeah, you were
the
probably
Wii
playing
version.
the GameCube version.
I played the
Yeah,
Wii
that's
version, then Fletch emulated the GameCube version. I played that, and it blew my mind because I had no idea that the two different versions were mirrored.
Which one is the original version?
GameCube
The GameCube is technically the proper, because obviously Link is left-handed, so in the GameCube version he's left-handed. But because the majority of people are right-handed, when they ported it to the Wii, they flipped it so that it would make sense because Link would be holding the sword in his right hand, which would be the hand that most
Yeah.
people would be holding the Wii remote in. So yeah, so technically the
Fair
GameCube
enough.
version is the accurate version.
Also, like,
Nintendo!
Jesus Christ,
can you not blow out your microphone when you do that,
I'm
please?
expecting that.
he's gone.
We told him to do it.
I hope he jumped out of his window.
I mean, it's not the news coming, but
Jesus
So,
Christ.
He would jump out his window because you told him to.
Probably.
probably.
It is Jamie.
Can we try to restart the Skype call because you guys are now like unintelligible my end?
I mean,
Uh,
we can do, but I don't see
Well,
that would make a difference if it's your internet.
But like my internet's fine. That's the thing.
feel free to leave and join again, or something.
Yeah, let me just try that. Just because like, if I can't hear what you're saying, that's a problem.
Yeah. Cue technical difficulties.
Whoop, whoop.
Du- 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 du.
He like elevator music or something.
That does seem to be better.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good, because I need you guys right now, because Jamie was my hope for discussing Nintendo stuff with me, because he's the one who knows the second most after me, probably. So I need you guys to back and forth
what
me on
you
this
told me.
shit.
Hey, I might play Twilight Princess to completion.
Yeah, but we're done with that
Yeah.
news now.
No, we're
moving
not.
on.
We're not.
Are we not?
Yeah, because I've. See, Twilight Princess HD is a bad idea.
Is it?
Yeah.
How so?
Do you guys remember the soundtrack to that game?
Oh
I was going to
god.
bring this up earlier.
The soundtrack was fine, apart from like 2 occasions.
It's a beautiful soundtrack. Don't know the problem.
There was the Twilight battle music, which was just noise,
It was disgusting.
and then there was the bit Midna's Lament, I think it was called, where Midna's dying and it's all dramatic music and stuff,
Yeah.
and you're like trying to save her, and then an enemy turns up and the dramatic music just cuts out and just cuts into enemy like fighting music.
Yep.
No.
Like, it's just like people that have played it will know which song we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It is pretty weird because Nintendo, and especially Zelda, is so good for music normally. The soundtrack's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I will say that it is like thematically, I get it, but I still don't like it.
I mean, you say that, Zach, but there's a difference between having a good soundtrack and using it well within the game.
Yeah. Like, look at all the soundtracks I made. They were really good, but weren't implemented into the games well. Mostly on occasion, not at all.
No
It's
comment.
slight bitterness. Just
Should we move on then?
Alright.
Yep.
Okay, so let's rack off a few quick things. Star Fox Zero is looking to release in April. I think April 22nd. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's April next year. Star Fox Zero. The game looks pretty good.
Do a roll barrel. I'd use the meme. Okay.
Like we've talked about that a bit. There's not too much else for us to talk about apart from obviously just new release date and stuff. Mother 3 is getting Wii U re-release, but only in Japan. Never played any of the Earthbound / Mother games.
I guess play Undertale if you're not upset about it. It's the closest you'll get.
Apparently, so I hear. I don't know anything about Undertale.
I've watched a playthrough of it. It looks hilarious.
People keep telling me I should play it or watch it or whatever, but
Hoi! I'm Temmie!
I'm assuming
Oi,
that's a
I'm
reference.
Temmie.
I don't know.
Hi! I'm Bob. You
You
just
don't.
look up Temmie Village.
Splatoon got another new update, adding a load of new guns and gear and a couple of new maps that look pretty cool, and I'm annoyed because it's just further reminder that I can't play this fucking game. It's so much fun, but my internet's too shit and I just can't play it.
What weapons have they added? Curious.
Don't remember exactly. Let's see if it's got it on here. It does not. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Because I wasn't paying too much attention. I was too busy being sad that I couldn't play it. It's really fun, guys. It is. Yeah.
Squid is delicious and a helpful dose of nutrition.
They did the typical Nintendo thing as well of being like, oh, so Splatoon's cool, you're all enjoying it, yeah. So we're planning a new update. We're gonna add some new guns, some new gear, a couple of new maps and stuff. It's free. It's out now. So yeah,
If it's not a mobile game, it's out now.
apparently so. And on the subject of things that aren't out now, more Amiibo coming soon. They announced a Gold Mega Man Amiibo, which presumably will be as rare as the Gold Mario Amiibo, and no one will get their hands on it. But also, if you have the original Mega Man Amiibo, just spray paint it gold, because that's literally all the gold one is. It's the exact same pose and everything, it's just gold.
Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible.
Always believe in.
So anyway,
Also, a load of Animal Crossing Amiibo, which don't really care about, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else.
What newspaper are you
No.
talking about?
No.
About right.
Why would I care?
Don't have all the doesn't matter to me.
But yeah, there's what, like 9 Animal Crossing Amiibo coming out, and Lucas. But I also don't care about Lucas because he's just Ness, and Ness is shit. So. Yep.
if your up B doesn't project you upwards, then fuck you.
Pretty much. There's a new Wii U bundle coming out. It's Super Smash Bros. And Splatoon. When was Black Friday? Was Black Friday this Friday just gone?
I don't know. I don't think it's been yet.
Has Thanksgiving been yet?
Not that I know of. I've not seen
Then no.
anything, so...
Right, okay.
Because that's the greatest irony about like Thanksgiving is that after you're meant to be thankful for what you've got, like the Friday after you'll trample people to death to get like 10% discounts on stuff.
So yeah, apparently the new bundle will be available for Black Friday, so whenever the fuck that is...
Trample
Enjoy.
on down to your local game.
No, Thursday...
Kick a child in the face. Fuck it, it's Black Friday.
And Super Mario Maker is getting a browser-based portal, which you can use to search for levels with greater detail than you can use to search for levels in-game. And it features things like you log in using your Nintendo Network ID, and then you like search, you like, oh, I want to play this level, and you press a button, and then you, when you load up the game, it's got like a tab where all the levels that you've selected are there. You know, it's it means that you can do something you can't do in the actual game, which is you can go to the website and be like, show me some cool levels that aren't fucking automatic levels, please.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, what was it like searching for levels before? Was it just that code system?
Yeah, pretty much. There's like,
Ooh, that's not very good.
there's top rated levels, new levels, and then you can input the codes. It really wasn't great.
So there's top-rated automatic levels, there's new shit levels, or, I don't know, one a YouTuber made that you liked.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you can go into the 100 Mario Challenge expert mode and play some levels that make you want to gouge your eyes out. On the
Video
whole,
games are
pretty
fun.
Yeah. This is going to be a long podcast, I'm just realising.
Yeah, it's already an hour and a quarter.
We've not even started
Yeah.
Fallout 4. We've not even finished this.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep on trucking.
3DS stuff. Hyrule Warriors Legends, we've talked about it a lot because they announced a load of new characters coming to Hyrule Warriors Legends. So we've got Toon Link, Tetra, King of Red Lions, and Skull Kid. And now we're getting the thing that has been much rumoured for quite a while. The female version of Link, Linkle.
I love her.
She's adorable! She's so cute! Also, she looks like she's going to be fun as shit to play.
Hi there.
I don't know if anyone has seen...
I haven't seen any gameplay of it.
was there gameplay on that Link?
So what's this for? Hyrule Warriors?
There is some gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Social justice warriors are already upset, though.
Okay, I have a few opinions that would get
Why are
out
they not?
first. First things first. Yeah, I really like the design of Linkle. I think she's adorable. It's great. I think she's a cool idea.
Like, it's not just Link in a dress,
No.
like, which is the good thing. Like,
I
it
did see
looks
someone
like
point out she does kind of look a lot like Zelda from Skyward Sword.
yeah, a little bit.
She looks like she very much could be the child of Link and Zelda. She's not. Apparently, we've had this confirmed that she's not related or whatever. But yeah, the thing that I'm worried about is that it's great having her as like a character in a spin-off title. This doesn't mean that we have to have her as the main protagonist in a main series Zelda game. Like, Link is fine as he is. Not everything needs representation for everyone. There are already strong female characters in the Zelda series. And I know I'm going to piss people off saying this,
With everything I've been through, nothing's
but Link is fine. Plus, Link is kind of a stupid name.
As it is anyway.
Yeah.
That's not even the reason why people are angry. It's only like one person I saw, but he's like, oh, why is Linkle got to show off more skin than Link does? And then somebody immediately posted a picture of like Link from A Link to the Past, how he's got even more skin on show, and like, yeah, fuck you.
Then there's the
Find arguments that aren't there.
the manga section at the end of the Hyrule Historia, where you literally see Link chained up, shirtless, with his abs showing, and it's like,
Wait, that happens?
yeah.
Holy
It's
shit.
it's not in like the games. It's in the manga at the end of Hyrule Historia. But yeah, He's all like ripped and he's chained up and he's like shirtless and shit.
Did you say he was all raped?
Ripped. Jesus Christ, man.
Well, that may have happened. We don't know.
Jesus, like you're watching, not watching. You're reading this Zelda manga and it just turns into Berserk halfway through.
So yeah, I like Linkle as a character. She looks like she's going to be pretty fun to play. The whole dual wielding crossbows makes no sense, but also looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I'd recommend to you guys that you look
please stand by for Linkle's crossbow training.
Yeah, I'd recommend to you guys that you look up how like the gameplay of
Shirtless
her.
Link.
She looks pretty.
I've not seen that. I've seen the character's design, but yeah, I haven't
currently
seen the
trying
gameplay.
to find a picture of Shirtless Link from that manga to send to you.
Did you see the alternate version of Linkle that I sent you, Zach?
I did, yeah, I did. It was interesting.
Let's just flick through DeviantArt and found that.
So yeah, that's that. I mean, again, it's very much like I'm going to be buying this game to transfer the characters over to the Wii U version and play that because I've put so much time into booting my save up, unless you can transfer saves. Which suddenly has become even more annoying because they announced a special edition of Hyrule Warriors Legends where, you know, obviously you've all seen Linkle's design, you know the compass thing that she has?
Yeah.
You get one of those. It looks pretty fucking awesome, so I'm probably going to get it. But again, as I said, probably not going to actually play it. I'll just transfer the characters over. So
That's some expensive DLC you're getting yourself into. If you can transfer saves, then that's great. If not, then
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it happens. Also, apparently I was wrong. He wasn't shirtless, but he does have his abs showing, and he is chained up.
all right. Give it to me. I want to see this. I'll derail this podcast as much as I humanly fucking can.
Wait, I'm finding it.
Does he look like as much of a bitch as Spada did in DMC Devil May Cry?
Give me a sec. Guys, what's next on the list while I do this?
Fallout.
No.
No, it's a genuine place slap.
Wait, what do we?
Dragon Quest 7 and Dragon Quest 8
Oh right, I'm not
PDF
following the.
remakes are coming to the West. I didn't play Dragon Quest 7. I did, however, play Dragon Quest 8. Journey of the Cursed King. It's a really good game. I would highly recommend it.
I've not played any Dragon Quest games. It's just like every time I see any footage from Dragon Quest, I'm like, what is it about this game that I significantly remember? And then I see a character, I'm like, oh yeah, all the characters are from Dragon Ball Z because it's the same artist.
And that's the reason. It's quite a difficult RPG as well, considering how like childish it looks.
Right.
But it's like if you're not into your RPGs that much, then you probably won't like it because it is a very traditional turn-based RPG. But it is good if you're into that sort of thing and didn't get a chance to play it. I would highly recommend that you do.
Fair enough.
Holy
Fire
shit, he's
Emblem
ripped.
Fates. He is.
He looks like Aaron's Titan a little bit.
He does, kinda. He does.
Look at that person just there, like Link the hero, staring.
Anyway, Fire Emblem Fates. A bit more information about this. So Fire Emblem Fates is the next games technically in the Fire Emblem series because they're doing a Pokemon where there's two versions of the game that have slightly different stories. And then there's also a third one which kind of gives a bit more insight into the story as a whole. So, from what I understand how it works is, there's the two first ones, which is Fire Emblem Fates Birthright and Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. If you buy one of them, you can get the other at a reduced price. And then there's Fire Emblem Fates Revelation, which I'm pretty sure you get for free if you bought either of the other two when that comes out, but that comes out later than the others. And then There's also a special edition that comes with all three, plus an art book and a 3DS sort of carry pouch thing. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this game because apparently I'm into the Fire Emblem series now after I played Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm probably not going to get the special edition because, you know, it's the same game 3 times, kind of. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else here has played Fire Emblem at all.
I ain't telling you.
No.
This is why I needed Jamie, goddammit.
I don't own any Nintendo consoles currently, so
But yeah,
Keep forgetting that I do have a Wii somewhere. It's in a drawer, I think.
Hey, Takahashi.
so I don't know if there's a release date, because Fire Emblem Fates has been out in Japan
Tell me
for
a joke.
a couple of months now, I think.
Tell me a joke.
As is pretty standard at this point.
yep.
February 19th. And then they've also already announced DLC, which I suppose is less bad. Obviously, we complain about DLC being announced prior to the game's release. They've announced DLC prior to the game's release, but the game is also already out in Japan, so...
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm looking forward to the game. It looks like it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, not really much else to say on that. And also another thing I wanted Jamie here for, I wanted to shit on him, because wireless enabled versions of Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow are coming to 3DS. Obviously this is a thing that a lot of people are excited for, including Jamie, and I kind of got into a small argument with him, because I was trying to point out that Gen 1 is shit. And could someone here...
A lot of people will
Weigh
fight
in.
you on that.
Right. Nostalgia-wise, it's great.
Yeah,
But when you're comparing it to the current ones, yeah.
Exactly, like, that's all this is for. This is for nostalgia, but every Pokemon game that has come since Red, Blue and Yellow
Happy to help.
has improved on pretty much every functionality that's in the game significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie's argument was pretty much, yeah, well, yellow's still playable, so
Yeah,
it's better.
No,
I
he
was like,
arguing just the colour.
no,
said yellow.
we got. I said to him, "Why is Gen 1 so good?" He said yellow, but then didn't expand on that for a while. And then when we finally pestered him about it, he said, well, "Yellow's playable."
So it's red
Like-
and blue.
Let's say, for example, if we're talking purely Pokemon designs, like that's like kind of a different argument. And I can see why people would say, "Oh yeah, Gen 1 Pokemons are better than so and so."
Anyone who says that is probably wrong, because they're probably going with the argument, "Oh, it's stupid. They just made like a fucking ice cream into a Pokemon." And then it's like, yeah, but in Gen 1 you got a Pokeball that was a Pokemon, and it evolves
Yeah.
into itself
And
but
it-
upside down.
Yeah, it turns upside down.
I like the generation which is there's one magnet, but then it evolves into
3 magnets.
3 magnets. But like, yeah, purely from like a mechanical standpoint, like ignoring what stupid arguments you have about Pokemon, mechanically the newer games are better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graphically, they're improved massively, especially if you compare Gen 1 to Gen 6.
I do love
Gen
the old
5
graphic
to Gen
styles.
6.
The old graphics are fantastic.
Oh, the 3D sprites that they
Just in
added.
terms of balance, Gen 1 was massively imbalanced.
It was also lacking a few types that were introduced
It was,
later.
yeah,
Gen
like
3.
just generally, you
Gen 2.
have more choice. Like since Gen 1, they've added 3 new types. 600 and something, can't bother to do the math. 600 and something new Pokemon. Like
A lot.
there's so many new moves and abilities and held items and mechanics with things like
it's
Mega
incredible.
It
Evolutions.
changed how things works.
Yeah, it just like there's just so much more.
Is it physical special split? All that sort of stuff?
Yeah, things like that. Yeah,
Like EV, IVs and all sorts. The training
Breeding.
how it's done. Yeah.
yeah.
Shinies for stars.
Fair enough. If you want to get Red, Blue, and Yellow on the 3DS for nostalgia, by all means.
Yeah.
But
Like,
do
they're still
not
good
try and
games,
tell
though.
me that they're better than the later games. The only thing that I will give you is that if you compare it to the most recent games,
I just wanted
Oras was a bit disappointing in terms of its difficulty because it
I was
was
just gonna say,
really easy.
The first games were
Which
more
Pokemon game
difficult.
did you start with, Zach?
I started in Gen 3.
Fair enough.
That's why I have no nostalgia for Gen 1.
They started with Gen 1.
I also have
Gen
nostalgia.
1, yeah.
I have nostalgia for Gen 3. By all means, Gen 3 is my favorite generation, but it's not the best, and I know that.
People like the nostalgia glasses.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. People
Nothing
like
wrong.
the nostalgia of not having the internet and being antisocial, reading newspapers instead. But they're also dead wrong because technology gets better.
Yep.
And just saying that, like, oh, it was better in my day. No, it's just different and you're scared. Grow the fuck up.
Change is bad.
This
Change
just got
is
very
bad.
real.
Old man yells at clouds.
So yep, that's that. Get over nostalgia, people. It's
Yeah.
not everything. Zelda Triforce Heroes getting free DLC, continuing Nintendo's practice of throwing free content at people, which is
Not necessarily bad.
never a bad thing.
More
They,
cross-dressing
they
link, please.
really don't understand DLC, do they?
No, they understand DLC the best.
Yeah,
Free LC.
You've bought this game. Here's content for it.
but then there's also things like, as I've sort of complained about before, like the Mii Fighter costumes in Smash Bros. That are starting
Yeah.
to feel very microtransaction-y.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure we talked about that on a previous podcast.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I currently weigh in on this because I've not played Zelda Triforce Heroes yet.
The only person who can has jumped out the window.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, free DLC is always good. So if you have it, it's new DLC coming in December and it's free. So enjoy. And the best bit of news to end this section on, Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Is it Picross or Picross?
I'd say Picross, but I don't know.
Pokemon Picross, free to start game launching in early December. Free to start is a thing that Nintendo have been throwing around a lot recently.
What the fuck does that mean?
It
You can
means
start free, then you have to pay.
yeah, basically, like there was a game. It's called it's like Nintendo Badge Collector or something like that. And basically, what it is, it's one of the arcade grabby machines, and you use it to grab badges that you can then use to customize your 3DS like home menu thing. And basically, when you get the game, you have 5 free attempts, and then you have to pay for them.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
That's
okay.
free
You
to
have to
start.
wait like 24 hours to get another one to
Yeah,
get a go, or you can buy more.
essentially.
I don't know.
I
if that's the
fucking
same
hate
as-
that strategy for games.
Yeah,
So yeah, Nintendo aren't perfect. They may throw free DLC around, but they do shit like that.
you need to get money from somewhere.
Well, yeah.
Maybe.
Excuse me.
So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've played a fair amount of Picross or Picross in my time when I'm like really bored and have nothing else to do. But I'm probably not gonna bother with this because you know free to start is stupid. As much as I love Pokemon, you know. And that's
That's all Nintendo.
that's the Nintendo Direct, and we are now at the normal sort of end point for the podcast.
We're past
So,
the point.
Yeah, it's been an hour and a half.
So let's end it
Oh,
off
we're
then,
not
guys.
done yet.
Yeah.
There's,
nothing else to
I don't think
talk
there's
about
anything
now.
else to talk about. Yeah,
Nothing
Alright.
aggravating anyway.
let's do this. Fallout
Get
4.
Get over it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
We'll just note before we get onto this, I've seen Marius come online on Skype a couple of times. I'm assuming he's searching for us playing like Gmod or something so he can crash us.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah, it's probably also a good job that Jamie isn't here for this section because he'd be bitching that he can't play it yet.
Yeah.
I would be playing it today, as I said, but my money didn't go in because it's not a working day, and I'm now sad.
Ah,
Shame, because, like I say, you're not going to hear some mind-blowing opinions here because all I have to say about it is it's a really good game.
yep. And surprisingly enough, Zach has played quite a bit of it.
So
10
yeah,
hours, in fact.
um,
So why don't you start off with your
yeah, I'll get
impression
me out,
since,
me out of the way first of all. So
Because you don't play much Fallout, do you?
I don't
Or
play
at
Bethesda
all?
games at all.
Yeah. So you're a good person to start with.
So yeah, Bethesda games typically don't interest me that much. And I had pretty much no intent of playing Fallout 4. But then I went over to Fletcher's yesterday and I was like, fuck it. I'll give it a shot. So I started playing a little bit. 10 hours later, I left Fletcher's.
So, since when you first started playing it, you said, "Oh yeah, I've got a few things to say about Fallout 4 on the podcast," as if you were gonna like tear into it or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, I still have a few things to say about it in that respect, which I
Oh,
suppose
I have some negative comments I'd like to talk
I
about.
can get out of the way first of all before I then
Alright.
move on to my actual opinions. So there's a lot of stuff I've heard, and I can't confirm or deny any of this. And you Ash, you're playing it on PS4, aren't you?
Yes.
So maybe you'll be able to weigh in.
Yeah,
on
we
this.
had a short discussion about this when you were over.
Yeah.
See,
From what I hear,
one thing I want to throw in. Sorry for interrupting there, but majority of the people majority of people I've heard complaining about Fallout 4, it's been, oh yeah, I heard this happened. No one has actually seen these bugs or anything
So I've
themselves.
seen a few things on videos. I've seen a couple of clips of things happening.
so first things first that I want to get out
Earlier.
is I was on the gaming subreddit a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was that Black Ops 3 came out, and I saw a video of a graphical bug in that game that basically, is there a name for that kind of bug? You know the one I'm talking
Not
about.
sure.
Well, what is it?
Is it the kind of thing when you go outside of a map on Gmod?
Yeah,
Thing
and
where the image
Oh,
sticks?
it's stretches.
It's kind
Yeah.
of like artifacting.
is there? Yeah,
I
is there a
would say
proper name for that?
artifacting is probably the word to use, but that's not exactly what that is.
So yeah, that kind of thing. And the title of the post was like, "This is ridiculous. This needs to be sorted. People can't release games in this kind of state." Right? Fair enough. That's true. I agree. Then, shortly after release of Fallout 4, I saw a post that was another graphical bug. It was basically everything was just white, so you couldn't do you couldn't make anything out. There was no depth or anything. Everything was just one shade of white. And the title of the post was "Weird but Funny Bug in Fallout 4." What the
Yeah.
fuck is up with this double standard?
I don't like this at all. How people are like,
It's
oh, it's a Bethesda
I
game.
totally
You should
get that,
expect
but-
it to be buggy.
I'm going to be honest, the Black Ops thing was pretty exaggerated. Because I haven't seen many issues with that game, to be completely honest with you.
Unless you're watching
people
the older
people
version.
hate on Black Ops because it's the bandwagon, and people don't hate on Bethesda because that's the bandwagon.
It's
Yeah.
a typical thing to just, like, to find a glitch, post it online and immediately say the whole thing's broken, and it's all
Yeah.
fucked. And everybody should hate on it and stuff like that.
But like, yes, I get that this is it's a very tunnel vision look at both of these games to look at these specific glitches.
Yeah.
But that's that's the thing. It's a tunnel vision look at both of them, and the
Yeah.
opinion is different. It shouldn't be. That's
It's-
what I'm saying. Like, I think
People are used with Bethesda games that they are going to have a good story, they're going to be fun, they're going to have lots of interesting things, but they're going to be buggy, and people are just used to that. It's not
Yeah.
good, but that's just
Yeah,
how
that shouldn't
Bethesda
be
work.
it shouldn't be excusable though.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
talked about this before. Like, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. I've talked to people about pre-ordering games because obviously it's a point of high contention in the gaming community. And there's one guy I talked to who said you shouldn't pre-order games, and then I asked him if he'd pre-ordered Fallout 4, and he said he had. And I was like, so is that not hypocritical? And his
Yeah.
response was, well, it's a Bethesda game, so I know it's going to be buggy, but whatever. I'm like, this is not okay. That attitude
From what I
shouldn't
understand,
be okay.
Fallout 4 has so far been a hell of a lot better than, say, Skyrim or New Vegas.
I will be
Well,
honest, yeah, the frame rate in Fallout 4 is a lot more stable than New Vegas was when I played
New
it.
Vegas and Skyrim, on
was
their
all over the
release,
place.
They were fucking atrocious.
It was like, kind of like how people say that Assassin's Creed Unity's frame rate is schizophrenic.
yeah.
It's pretty similar. It was absolutely everywhere in New Vegas.
yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Like, out of like the day or so I spent solid playing this game, I only really encountered one bug, and it was kind of funny because I could kind of spin this like as a thematical, like cinematic kind of bug. But sometimes my dialogue options don't appear.
Right.
So somebody asks me something, and then it just keeps panning between me and him, just staring at each other, not saying anything. And we're just like, they're like,
So kind of like a typical cutscene from Metal Gear Solid 5.
yeah, it's like, I thought about home playing Metal Gear Solid 5.
yeah. I
And
don't know.
it was just like, I was like, I'm just going to press this button and hope I don't piss him off.
and the whole Bethesda bugs things, it's very much came from what I understand, from Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Skyrim. I don't. Were the older ones tend to be buggy?
I can't really comment because I didn't play Morrowind on the release of the PC version. I played the original Xbox version, and from what I remember, there was no bugs. But
Because
there's less to those games, so there's
Yeah.
less to go wrong.
and obviously back then they couldn't really just throw out patches and things like that.
for games on release are going to be bugged. That is just something that is going to happen.
Yeah,
Games are always going to have bugs.
but the
Yeah,
difference
like-
is most games on release, like, they have bugs, and those bugs are taken into account, like in reviews and stuff. Like, because obviously all we're doing is plugging other people this episode. Shortly after release of Fallout 4, I was watching the Co-optional podcast, and they were talking about Fallout 4, and they made a very valid point that the amount of reviews, especially more for the console versions, because this is a big point, is that apparently the bugs are significantly worse on the console versions. If you get a case where it's like, okay, the story's good, and this is good, and this is good, and this is good, the game is damn near unplayable, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's the same with Skyrim though. Like, when I got Skyrim, I got it on release. I pre-ordered it. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I was running an AMD graphics card.
Well, that's where you fucked up.
Caused, I don't know, due to running an AMD graphics card, I think it was a memory leak or something on those lines. Basically, you'd start the game and black screen and look at error message would come up saying, not able to access enough memory. And it was literally because the amount of memory the game was able to access was locked.
Right.
And it did this for about 3 weeks before someone managed to create a mod that allowed it to access more memory, so I could actually play the game. But then again, when I was playing the game, because I had to mod it to actually play it, the game was the textures were a mess. There was all sorts of things going wrong, but I was able to play the game and I was enjoying it, even though it was messy as fuck. And then they came out and they patched it and broke that mod, and I was unable to play it.
Yeah. Like,
So the guy remade the mod, and I was able to play it again. But there's a patch to the game, it broke the mod, and I was unable to play it again. And
like,
this
really,
was
there should
about
be a
2
fix in
months.
drivers for that. There should be something that AMD can do.
kind of the way that I look at
the
it.
most latest AMD drivers, it was to do with the something. As I said, I don't remember exactly because technical side, but it was something to do with the memory allowance.
Like, the kind of way that I approach like looking at bugs and saying like can I forgive it or not? Like, say with Skyrim is a better example because I've not experienced that many bugs in Fallout 4. Like, can I excuse the game and still can I excuse the game's bugs and still have a good time? Yes. Would it be better without the bugs? Yes.
Well,
It
the way I look
depends
at
how
it,
severe it is. If
Yeah.
the game can still be comfortably played, if it's
Like-
not just like absolutely tanking.
Here's the
frame
thing.
rates,
I think
you know.
bugs like that can be excused. What can't be excused is, say, Arkham Knight's release on PC.
one thing another is
Yeah.
is because you get the people who'll go on the gaming subreddit and they'll start screaming at the game, and they might maybe of the amount of people who have Fallout 4, maybe 2 people might encounter this one bug, and it might be a game-breaking bug. But when it's 2 people out of
Yeah.
I don't know, however many people are playing that game, it's minor.
Like,
And
it
it's
doesn't
usually-
matter how
and-
many Q&A testers you have, you're always going to have ones that slip through
Yeah.
because they happen
People
because
will
of
always scream
inconceivable
because they're the only
consequences.
person to have had this bug, and how dare they?
But you can still understand people being annoyed, no
Oh,
matter
you can
how
get
rare
annoyed.
it is.
But on the other hand, this is something I found out from a friend of mine that I can't help but laugh at, is so many people can't tell the difference between the game bugging and their own system not being able to handle the game.
Yeah.
That is very true. The game has quite high system requirements, and a lot of people don't really look into that before buying the game.
Yeah.
Mine and Zach's friend John bought the game, and he doesn't have enough memory on his PC to be able to run it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that,
A
Zach.
friend of
I did
mine,
not know.
Danny, he was super hyped up for the game, along with it as everyone else. They were like, "Oh my god, it's going to be the best game ever!" Blah 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 blah. He bought the game. He didn't check his system requirements. His graphics card was well out of date to be able to play it.
Yeah.
So obviously it ran like shit, and he was moaning about it. It was like he tried to do the returns thing, but he couldn't because he'd had it for too long. So he was raging about that. And then when we found out about his graphics card thing, he kind of got mocked quite a lot for that.
Like, I think we should probably actually talk about Fallout 4 because we've been on the
Yeah,
subject
okay.
for about 15 solid
No, the thing
minutes.
is, it's a case of talking about the negatives and then talking about the
Okay,
positives.
now
Even
that
so, I need
Yeah, but
to
we haven't even
separate
talked about
something.
Fallout.
okay,
that
wait.
much.
Now that we've got all the shit out of the way,
Wait.
I'll give my opinions and then you guys can do your thing. Okay.
One thing first.
Right.
Okay.
With this kind of thing, always the negative outshines the positive quite often. But anyway, from our experience, when we played it for that 10 hours, we had one crash,
We did.
and we saw some issues with enemy pathing.
We did.
Other than that, there wasn't anything.
Some
substantive.
issues with enemy passing that made me fucking shit myself.
What happened?
Are the things that did the thing, are they in games prior? Can I talk about those things without spoiling things?
The things that did the thing. Maybe?
The things that were spewing.
I don't actually remember what those were called.
What the little bug things.
Nah, they were fucking minor enemies. Sure, whatever. Okay, if you're avoiding absolutely everything about Fallout 4, piss off.
Yeah,
we're
it's not a
talking about-
spoiler. It's
Yeah.
it's fine. You can talk.
So
about it.
I was wandering around, and I found this building, and I went inside, and there was some cool weapons in there. And then I tried to leave, and there was these weird crab-like things outside.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
yeah, I know which ones you're on about.
Yeah,
They're
those
not
ones.
Mirelurks.
Oh,
They
they weren't?
came out of the ground. They were kind
Oh,
of
no,
like
they
red
weren't
scorpions.
Mirelurks, were they?
No, Mirelurks
Yeah.
have been in the games for ages, but yeah, they were kind of like red scorpions, but they were bigger and they spewed things out of them. And yeah, I
Interesting.
don't remember
So,
what they were called though.
so I saw these crab-like things, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then Fletcher's like, yeah, those things are like way higher level than you. Because what had happened was I had just, from the start of the game, picked a direction, walked, and had ended up in a level that was
That is something I love
in an
about
area that
Resident
was like
Evil,
way
being able
way
to
out
walk.
leveled for me. So basically, I tried to take these things and it didn't work, so I died. But I wanted the weapons in that building, so I went back in, got the weapons, and then on the way out they came out of the ground again. And after a few deaths, I was like, all right. So here's the plan. And what I did was I left a mine just in the doorway of the building, and then tried to lead them in, and they walked over the mine, and it exploded, and they pretty much shrugged it off and just kept following me. And I eventually ended up holding in this little room inside of this building with one of these crab things trying to path to me, but he was essentially just blocking the only way out. And I knew that if I walked around the corner, I was dead. And I was like, what the fuck do I do in this situation? Also, I had, obviously, as I said, I've not played Fallout previously, so I had my first Deathclaw experience. And holy fucking shit. Like, without spoiling anything, obviously, I'm assuming you can weigh in here, Fletch, that it was probably it was quite different to most people's first
Yes,
experience
yes,
with
it
Deathclaws.
was.
Oh, like people's most first experience with Deathclaws in Fallout 4.
Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, the first experience when you're following the main quest line, there's one.
First
quite early on.
experience is really disappointing.
But I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't following the main quest line at first. I got that later, but no, I got something else, and it wasn't like I imagine most people's first experience with Deathclaws in earlier games is just kind of coming across them and getting
Yeah.
fucked up. This wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all.
The game changed genre. It was basically a horror.
It was. But I came out of it alive,
Yeah,
and
somehow.
then something else happened, and obviously I can't spoil, but it took us both by surprise
Yeah.
quite considerably.
What happened with the Deathclaw? I'm really curious.
I wouldn't really. I would say that it is a spoiler if you.
Right.
If you want to know, I will tell you after the podcast, but I'm not going to bother saying it on here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Because obviously I haven't played Fallout 4 yet, but I do remember one of my first encounters with Deathclaw in New Vegas, because there's Deathclaw Valley there, which is such a fun place. I had a gunslinger character, because there's all the way of doing the perks back then. There's one using that gun, which I want to know if that's in that is still in Fallout 4. If it is in Fallout 4 even.
If what
That's
is.
cool.
No idea.
The gun that was just called that gun
Oh, I don't know.
in New Vegas.
You could just
Nope.
make a
Oh,
good
God.
name into that.
Oh, and now he's gone.
What happened?
Jamie just joined the call and then left instantly.
Alright.
But yeah, basically wandered into Deathclaw Valley by accident with my gunslinger character. Got jumped on by a Deathclaw, turned around, basically just mashing VATS, headshotted it, and its head blew up because of a crit. I was like, oh, they're meant to be scary. And oh, okay.
Do
There's
you
the only
like-
encounter with Deathclaw I ever had.
So, do you like Fallout 4, Zach?
Yeah, I
think
need to actually
that's
get
the
my
area
opinions.
we're
Jesus
trying,
Christ.
That's the point we're trying to painstakingly work our way towards, but we keep derailing it.
Well, obviously, we played for like 10 hours. Obviously, some of that was Fletch playing, some of that was me.
Yeah.
It's fun. I enjoyed it. Like, in the quite large amount of time that I played on that night, like, nothing jumped out to me as being, like, this amazing, like, game that everyone should, like, hail as the god of all games that people tend to make out Bethesda games to be. But I had fun.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's not my type of game, so I can understand why it wouldn't jump out to me like that, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Also, I wouldn't have played it for as long as I did.
Yeah, the high note for those games really is doing exactly what we did, which was just
Yeah,
like
it
going
was
around
just
everywhere,
fucking around. Like,
exploring and just fucking shit up.
I picked up a trike at one point and decided that it was my son, and I was carrying it with me everywhere.
And I threw it off a bridge.
Fletch threw it off a bridge, and at one point, the dog jumped off a bridge just of its own accord. I lost the trike, and that hit me pretty hard. But then I picked up like a cone and replaced the trike with a cone, and then I later found the trike again. It was a different trike, let's be honest, but it was just generally I was kind of just taking the mick almost of the game. But yeah,
That's how you meant to play it, though.
Yeah.
It's meant to be fun. Like, I have problems with dog meat because, like, I could be, like, going around murdering everybody, shotgunning everybody's limbs off and letting them, like, crawl off into the distance, and they only care about kicking the shit through dog meat. Enemies could not give two shits about me whatsoever.
I have complaints about dog meat too. Oh, do I have complaints?
Me too.
But again,
I have complaints because dog meat has a hitbox, and that is a problem when I'm trying to leave every fucking building I ever go to. Because it just stands there and, like, go away, like, here's this command to go away, and he just
I
doesn't
want
do
to
it.
point though, that is what dogs do. Dogs love getting in the way.
Yeah, but it annoys me that the dog in this game was like quite a big part of the promotional material. It was supposed to be like the main follower. Like, there's even perks to do with the dog specifically.
And you just,
But
and you
really,
just-
of all the followers you can get, he's kind of the shittest, in my opinion.
I also
really
don't like, because I remember in Fallout 3, you had to somewhat earn him.
Yeah.
In this one, you kind of like walk out. It's like, oh man, this
Also,
beautiful
he
wasteland.
can't
I
die.
love
There's
being
no risk to losing him.
I love being isolated in this like large wasteland. What's that? It's a dog. Okay, Jesus Christ, I've got a dog companion now.
This game does have a habit of just throwing things at you.
Yeah, like
throwing
that's-
things that you had to work for last time.
This is my main complaint with Fallout 4. Is it's like, oh, here's all this cool like atmosphere building of like the nuke going off. Here you are in the vault, and like Fallout 3, the best part of that was being in the vault before you left. On this one, I was kind of disappointed. It's like, you're in the vault. Okay, you've left the vault.
I
Okay,
found the
you're in
vault
the-
section to be really boring.
I agree with Chris entirely. I am glad that they just brushed it over with what they did with this
But-
one. I don't know.
It's good. It's good world building.
Yeah,
That's why I
I
liked
get that, but it is pretty dull.
It dragged on too long.
It's a load of just talking to people and not really
Not-
being able to have
yeah, but-
freedom.
Not many games start you in a womb. Let's be honest.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you start
You're-
being
you're
bored.
bird-
Oh yeah, I see.
And then like you kind of you go down this place, and then like, oh, you got a dog now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You go into the first town you see. There's a guy's like, oh, help me. And then he's like, oh yeah, we got some power armor up there. And you get in the power armor, and then you kill a Deathclaw. It's like, Jesus Christ, I've been playing for 10 minutes. Calm the fuck down.
God damn it, guys.
What?
What?
Well, you kind of just started talking about the story stuff without saying any kind of spoiler warnings, so now I've got to kind of edit in like a thing, maybe. I don't know.
We did say we're talking about Fallout 4, so
Well, yeah.
Yeah, just
we
at that
did-
point, just put a spoiler warning on.
yeah, we did mention that we'll be talking about Fallout 4, obviously. So
Actually, here's a point because I was just point that I talked about on PC Gamer. Which game has the best dog? Fallout 4 or Metal Gear Solid?
I saw that
Okay, sorry.
absolutely D-Dog.
D-Dog.
Yeah, Dogmeat in Fallout 4 is just the same as he was in the previous games. I don't know, there's
All
nothing
of-
special about him.
Nintendogs. I was desperately trying to think of a game that has dogs in it that I've played.
Nintendo Assist Trophy for Smash.
Yes.
Yeah. But a lot of like the arguments and questions I think people mostly asking is it as good as Fallout 3 or is it as good as New Vegas? The answer to that, well, is it as good as Fallout 3, is no.
I would say yes.
No.
Okay.
You're
Why?
wrong, Fletch.
Yep.
See, on
Would you like me
thing is-
to? Would you
Well,
like me to
I'm
explain?
entitled to my opinion.
Yeah. Would you like me to explain?
Go ahead.
Tunnel snakes rule.
Oh, that's
We're
a very
the
good
tunnel
point.
snakes,
Tunnel snakes
That's
do
us.
rule.
and we rule. Tunnel snakes rule. We're the
Oh, so-
tunnel snakes.
Okay, you
That's
convinced
us.
me.
Can we just
No.
can we just get one thing out of the way that probably is the reason why Fletch thinks that Fallout 4 is better than Fallout 3?
Oh, it is.
Fletch, who are you maining in Fallout 4?
Who are you?
I have a character named Zachary. And you will see from the previous week's podcast footage that it looks like Zach, just a little bit.
I've seen from what I've seen of the character creator, it's really impressive. Although people
Yeah,
have
it's
been making some very, very weird characters.
Well, my footage for last week's stuff was my very first gameplay of Fallout 4. So I made Zach just to be funny. And then I just kind of rolled with it and just kept playing as Zach. So Zach has been going around the wasteland doing all sorts of crazy stuff. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Well,
And
yeah. In all
actually-
seriousness, though, I do think that Fallout 4 is a better game.
Yeah.
Whether you like the story more is like a different story.
That's something.
Yeah, I
people
get
like-
it, the story.
Like,
But-
no story spoilers again because I don't actually know the story myself properly. Is a load of people. I heard people complaining that the story for Fallout 4 was just a rehash of one of the older stories.
The story for Fallout 4 is basically the plot to Heavy Rain.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because you're
With
just
the
looking
same
for
names.
Sean. Yeah, that's why I had to like second glance the game because he's just like, "Where's my son? Where's Sean?" And he says it in like such a similar way. I was just like, "Whoa, Jesus!"
So yeah, without spoiling anything, the story. Obviously, I didn't play. I played a considerable amount of the game, but I didn't play much of the story. But Fletch kind of explained a bit of the story to me, and it seems decent. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
As far as reasons, like it's more or less the exact same reason as playing any other Fallout game. It's go and find said person, which in exploration games is a great objective because it naturally lends itself to stumbling across new things and stuff to do.
Oh, Fallout 3's go find your dad. Oh, your dad's dead. Go clean the water.
oh, also a big tip.
Also,
to,
Fallout 3 spoilers.
Oh no, the game that was how many years old now?
I actually didn't know that. I never beat that game.
a big tip to anyone
So-
playing Fallout 4, based on my own experiences. I would strongly recommend that you don't go into like super high level areas at like level 1, and B, don't do that when you only have like 10% of your max health because you're irradiated as fuck.
Oh yeah, the first thing Zach did was just swim around in water until he had fucking no health left.
Oh yeah, what does the radiation do to you in this one?
It just
It
reduces
reduces
your max
max
health.
health.
Oh right.
It Dark Souls 2 the shit out of you.
Yeah, basically.
But in my
That's-
defense, at level 3 I had a legendary weapon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I disagree with you because you can get fucking good gear even if you're not high level.
Yeah, I wandered into a super high level area at level 3 and got like a legendary weapon. It was,
Yeah. Like an OP as shit sniper.
Is anyone else like still having problems with just getting one like just like sucker punched and getting instantly killed by someone you didn't even see?
yes. But that was
Like,
because I was
only-
wandering into super high
Yeah,
level
only if you go
areas.
to high level areas.
Yeah, but I wasn't in a high level area. I was like on one of the first objectives in the game, and the enemies were like really easy. I was killing them, and then just a grenade just exploded and killed me.
Oh yeah, grenades are pretty strong in this game.
And like I've got a screenshot of it because I also got a trophy at the same time. And all it is it's a screenshot of my head falling off with the trophy touchdown. And I was like, and I was trying to figure out, okay, I got this trophy called touchdown. What does that mean? Why did I earn this? I went to the trophy description and it said get a touchdown. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, I got that one.
I was like, this doesn't help. I still don't know what I did.
Yeah, because I was wandering around and I was walking through this city and then I saw, I think it was a ghoul, just fell from the top of a building and just landed dead in front of me. And then I blew up. And I got that achievement. I'm like, Alright
Yeah,
then.
it was just a random raider with a mini nuke that decided that Zach was his worst enemy, and he killed you like 4 or 5 times.
Okay. Of your wanderings in the wasteland, what is the funniest moment you've had so far? Your favourite little thing that's happened?
Who are you asking?
Well, one at a time.
Okay, Zach, go ahead.
Well, quite frankly, the thing with the Deathclaw that I don't want to go into was pretty great. To be honest, a little tiny thing, and obviously you've got a screenshot of this, was with Dogmeat in the when he was like perched up it like through
Oh,
the
yeah.
hole in the
That was
the
cute.
thing. That was pretty adorable. I don't know, just generally, it was just getting pretty fucked up by everything.
Yeah. I'd say it's just fun to explore the wasteland.
I did
really.
teach some kids the meaning of life and death, though.
You did.
You do.
Let's just say there was some kids
And a nuke.
and a nuke.
Can you kill kids on this?
I don't know. I died too. I couldn't really
Yeah,
tell.
you can really tell. Everything died.
It's not really a story of life and death then, if it only involves death.
But yeah, in terms of mechanics and animation-wise and everything feels very smooth and polished in this game.
Yeah.
Playing it in
You can
first
play
person,
it without using VATS.
it feels like an FPS, like a
Yeah.
proper. I don't know. It just feels a lot more like its own game rather than just Oblivion with like skins and altered mechanics.
Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
very
have to resist
playable.
using bats every there because it's something I did in New Vegas.
Also, the animations are fantastic. Like your character
Yeah.
feels really grounded in the game, especially when using power armor. It feels really beefy.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
the
like,
power-up is
it's very playable in third person as well. I found.
Yeah, it's just like because in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, you kind of felt quite floaty and like you were kind of sliding
Yeah.
around everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this one has a lot more polish to it.
Yeah, I do. Like, and also, like, I think the game looks absolutely gorgeous. I know a lot of people have complaints with the graphics, and I don't understand why, because it's a very nice looking game.
It's not super high definition graphics, say like in Metal Gear,
No,
but it's still good.
it's very
They're not
in-
aiming for super high def
not.
graphics. They're aiming
like
for
the
8
presentation improvements are great.
It's not, guys.
Like
It was
interacting with characters is actually believable. Like just because of like the way the camera moves and how they talk, and you talk as well. It's great.
Oh yeah, the way the camera moves, like that time when you were talking to that person, Fletcher, the camera just kept jerking about for no
Oh, yeah.
reason.
Oh yeah, that happened to me. I've got a small clip of it where, like, this girl is talking to me, and then all of a sudden she just moved forward and just clipped her head through the camera, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah, the
Jesus
cameraman
Christ!
is pretty hyperactive.
Hello, welcome to my personal space.
Also, all of my conversations with people were really interesting because I was pretty much always carrying some random object. So like I'm talking to them, there's just like a trike clipping through their face as they talk.
Yeah, I stole like because I was talking to one of the Minutemen, like the main guy, and I was like, oh, what have you got to trade? And I was like, oh my god, I can just take your clothes. And I did that, and I'm kind of regretting it because now he's naked, and I've given him back his clothes, and he refuses to put them back on.
He's just making a point now.
Yeah,
So Ash, have you got a favourite moment for it so far?
My favorite what?
not
Even-
really. Like,
Alright.
I just like the game. I've already got a favorite character.
I was gonna say yeah, favorite follower or character.
Favorite character, Valentine.
Oh, absolutely.
He is great.
Yep.
I won't spoil it because he is just such a cool character.
Uh-huh.
Favorite character? He's not a follower. Ironsides.
Oh yeah, Hindsight is great too.
Oh, one thing I will say though, because you know the whole Codsworth saying your name,
Yeah.
Ash is on that list. It was so weird to
My
hear him
character's
say my
called
name.
Boobies.
Yeah, Mr. Boobies.
Was it Zachary? Is that in the
Yeah, there isn't a Zach, so I had to have Zachary. But even so, I don't use Codsworth anyway. He's a bit of a...
Yeah,
Codsworth is hilarious.
I don't know. He's
yeah,
annoying.
it's funny. But...
But no, I just remembered another great moment. Wandering around, found a dead guy. On that dead guy there was a note. The note said to meet at a specific place. Me and Fletcher were like, oh, whatever. About, what was it, like 3 hours later?
Yeah, we were just wandering.
Just
we found-
wandering, sheer coincidence. I walked like next to a building and the name popped up. I'm like, wait a second, took out the note. I'm like, it's this place.
It wasn't even that. You just saw a sign on the front of the building, and you just immediately opened the pit boy. It was just like, dude, it's here.
Yeah, you were amazed at how I'd remembered.
Yeah.
But
There's the games do that great. of,
so we
like-
went in and we started exploring this building, and then something happened.
Yeah.
Some
Like that's what I love. Like it's in Bethesda games where because they're so mode and you can wander around, you can bump into things and just find yourself in the middle of a massive
What happened
firefight or in the middle of a
In
quest or
this
something.
instance, is that Zach pissed a load of people off somewhere else, went to this building, which was a part of an entirely different quest line, and everybody followed us into this building and absolutely fucked everything up in the building, including us.
And then there was one bit where later we got the power armor and we went back to this building. So I was like, we've got power armor. We could do this now. And I went in and they were still there and they just all turned around and just killed me instantly. But I stupidly quick saved just before they killed me. So it just kept loading and just dying. Load, die,
Yeah.
load, die.
There wasn't even a frame that you could open the Pip Boy to stop it.
Like I don't know where you get the power armor jetpack from, but I want that.
It's
I really
you
want
have
that.
to make it. I think. I mean, you can probably
Yeah.
buy it, but I've seen it in the upgrades list, and it's difficult to make.
But
Yeah.
it looks so cool.
Yeah.
What do people think of the voice actor for the main guy?
I.
Because I both like it and don't.
Yeah, I really like it because it makes it a lot more personal. The character
Yeah.
feels a lot more alive. But
And
there are a
Troy
lot
Baker
of-
is doing a really good job as well.
the way I kind of build my characters, I like them to kind of act differently, and because he always has the same tone of voice, regardless of what kind of dialogue option I choose, he kind of doesn't really get across the kind of emotion that I'm trying to.
Like
Oh,
my main problem with it is that like you got this really in-depth character creator, but the same voice. And that voice only works for generic white guy hero.
Yeah.
If you try and use it for any other kind of like unique and different looking character, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I had a bit of an issue with that in that I kept, like, in my head imagining the dialogue options to be a lot more sarcastic than they were when he actually said them. So I
Yeah.
kept trying to sarcastically say things to people, and then he was just legitimately saying nice things. I'm like, God damn it!
Like I remember when I was trying to get some keys to a building because it would somehow help me find my son. And I was just talking to the lady, and I was like, "Lady, this is for my son. Like, I need to go and find him." And she was like, "Oh, I don't care about your sob stories." And I was like, "That failed." And then I just said, "Just trust me." And then she's like, "Oh, okay, here's some keys." It's like, how was that the one that worked?
Yeah, like, in terms of the voice actor, obviously I don't have a comparison to how, like, really tight it was previously without it, so...
It didn't have it. So,
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I don't have that experience, so
yeah.
there's no
It
comparison.
feels
in my
more
head.
like you're having conversations now, rather than just
It actually
them
makes
talking
me
to
feel
you.
like you can have more of a connection with the NPCs, to be honest,
Yeah,
with your
without
followers
doubt.
and things like that. One thing I really noticed about the followers as well is that when you're speaking to other people, your followers kind of stand around in the background, and you can see them. You can see their eyes moving like between you and the character you're talking to, and sometimes they pitch into conversation and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually join in.
Yeah.
Because that's something. I don't
Which is
know
one
if
reason I don't like dog meat very much, because obviously he's a dog and he can't fucking talk.
You're waff.
yeah.
But, like, have you played Dragon Age Origins?
Yes.
Inquisition. Do you know like, how you'd be wandering around with
Yeah.
companions and they'll just start up arguing with each other and things like that?
Yeah, that kind of
Just
thing
little
happens.
touches like that are
It's-
fantastic.
It's pretty cool.
Some of those arguments were hilarious.
I just want to keep Valentine as my follower.
Yep.
Like, I'm not sure if I can or not because, like, I finished the quest and he kind of left, but I'm going to see if I can keep him with me
Right.
because I'm not sure how far people have gone into that quest line because that's like because he's
Yeah,
main
probably
story
shouldn't.
quest.
Throw spoilers around.
Yeah.
I'm not
so I'm not
sure-
going to talk about. I'm only going to say his name, but yeah, he's a pretty cool follower.
He is.
You're just afraid of anything.
I'm not sure about him. Just because I had some scary experiences with his people.
Yeah, yeah. That's what because I think that's probably one of the reason I liked him as well because I didn't expect, and considering all the other ones I'd seen before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they have led to some terrifying moments.
Just a bit.
Okay then, shall we wrap this up because it's over 2 hours long? It's nearly 2 hours
It's
and 10.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 was really good.
Yes, it is.
Wait, guys.
Tunnel Snakes rule.
They do.
I just we need to get
With
Alex's
the tunnel
opinion.
snakes.
Alex has
Need
just
to
been
what?
sat here in silence for the last half hour.
Oh shit! I forgot Alex was here again.
So
I know
Alex,
nothing about Fallout 4.
but what do you think of it?
Sure.
What do you think of it?
I just, no opinion.
Recommend giving it a try.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you get it on the Expo, and you can have mods on it.
I
You can
know.
also do
but-
that if you get it on PC.
Yeah. Fallout's never been something that interests me much, so.
Yeah, I mean, same for me, and then I played it for 10 hours, but I'm probably
Yeah,
not going to
sure, like-
continue, like...
Wouldn't mind playing it at someone's, but I probably won't pick it up myself. So. And that's my opinion.
Alright, cool. Should we end this off then?
Any shits?
Yes, so. Nope.
You're all shits.
All pretty solid on my end.
Yeah, nothing to
good to hear.
comment, it's all... all good over here.
I saw a lot of naked people this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just watch a lot of porn, or what?
Oh, turns out the hotel I work at has nudist weekends.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Alright then.
Also, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but my dad's singing.
Sadly, no.
Oh no, he's singing. He's really going for it. He's doing a great job.
So did you join in with the nudists, or...
Oh, now he's hoovering. Yay, background noise.
So, yeah, did you join in with the nudists, or not?
No, but one of my colleagues did try and strip me off, and I wasn't entirely sure why.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Made me feel better about myself though, because those old men didn't have the biggest packaging.
yeah, you did send me a Snapchat, didn't you? That said,
Yeah.
like, I've had enough of old man dick or something like that.
Like, out of all the breasts I saw, I think 2 sets of them were pointing in the right direction. All the other ones were just kind of disappointedly pointed at the floor. And apparently, having a congregation of about 300 naked people in a bar doesn't result in the nicest smell in the world. Especially when they're all dancing in the middle of the dance floor.
Oh, God.
And
They're
it's
all
like-
sweaty and
Yeah. And this,
And old.
yeah. And I remember one of my supervisors saying, "Can you go and collect some glasses? Because you're running a bit dry." And I just pointed to the dance floor and said, "I'm not walking through that." And he was like, "Yeah, solid point."
Right then, anyone else have any closing statements before we end out?
No.
Okay then.
I have the best anecdotes. we still haven't topped the crayon shits, but we'll get there.
Right then. As always, if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Follow us on Twitter at floor_0, floor0 is taken, and check out subreddit at reddit.com/r/floor0, all down in the description as always. Yeah. Who's gonna take it?
We did it last week.
It's always me or Ash. Someone else has
Yeah,
got to take it
someone
sometime.
else has got to do it. Yeah.
I've done it.
I'm in the opinion of switching this one over to the game night thing.
What?
What?
Just this to the ending of the game night, because this is a lot more serious since we've changed the format.
Fuck you talking about?
He's saying that because we've changed the format and tried to make the podcast more professional, that an ending where we talk about child pornography isn't the most suitable thing, and we should have that as the ending to the other series that we're working on.
Fair enough.
I disagree.
I knew you would, but that's my opinion, so sticking by it.
Fine. How about flag this video for regular pornography?
No! It's not the same!
Or don't flag it.
Shut up!
Oh no, flag it, but
Flag it.
Flag it for whatever you feel like.
What's
for,
worse than child pornography? Because I feel that we've got to go like grimmer.
I can think of a lot of things, I don't know if I want to say them.
All Zach's favourite things.
Remember to flag this video for hardcore scat porn.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Really? That's the one we're going for?
Sure.
Oh god.
You did this to us.
Goodbye.
So long.
Fuck.
Ta-ra.
Adios.
Tunnel snakes rule.